Courier, Suzanne Hoffman, is suing her ex-husband, 40...
It's your son. Is this your son?
Yes.
What is your first name?
Eric.
How old are you, Eric?
15.
Unless I need Eric as a witness, I'm going to ask Eric to step outside. Can you do that for me, Eric? When I need you, I'll call you.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you very much.
Your Honor, I think it's really important that you do speak with Eric. We are here because he couldn't let go of this stuff that it was at his dad's house.
Listen to me. It's never a good idea to put a child in the middle of a controversy.
I understand.
Ever.
I understand.
I don't care what it's about.
I understand.
The child has two parents. It's not his fault that the two parents aren't together anymore. So you keep a child out of court at all costs. Unless there's some issue of abuse, you don't bring a child into a system. You and the defendant have one child, I assume, together?
No, we have two.
How old is the other child?
11.
Lives with you?
Yes.
There was a time that Eric lived with his father.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
When did Eric live with you?
He lived with me last year for a school year.
Okay. And that was because you were having some trouble with him, Mrs. Hoffman?
Yes.
You were having some difficulty? Is Eric in special classes?
No, Eric's not. He wanted to live with his father since his dad left.
Okay.
He's made life
difficult.
Very.
Whatever it was, he wanted to live with him, so he went to live with his father for the year. And then for the summer, he was coming home, and at the end of the summer, you sent him back to his father. And this case involves the fact that you claim that his father refused to take him back after the summer. He not only refused to take him, he was not there at the airport when Eric arrived at the airport. He had to scurry around. You had to get a plane ticket for him to come back. What are you shaking your head no for? This is what your case is about.
I'm sorry. Yes.
That's what this case is about. You want to be reimbursed for the extra travel expenses because his father wasn't there, for the cost of parking your car at the parking lot.
That was a secondary reason.
Well, that's what this is for. And the return of Eric's personal property.
The personal property was the thing that Eric couldn't let go of.
Fine, so you're not seeking any travel expenses or anything?
That's fine. It would be nice to have the money that I didn't spend back again. But this was because Dad didn't send his things back like he asked. The last time Eric saw Dad, he hugged him and said, "I'll see you in 3 months, son."
So you're not interested in that. You just want what you say is Eric's property.
I want Eric to have some closure, yes.
Okay. Mr. Smoljan, I assume from reading your answer that after the summer, you, and is this your wife?
Fiancé.
Fiancé. You live together?
Yes, we do.
Decided that Eric was too much to handle?
Yes.
And you decided that he should not come back?
Yes.
When did you communicate that to the plaintiff?
Well, 2 weeks prior to Eric going to Portland, where I wasn't there to get him because I was up hunting, I got a phone call stating that they were at an airport. They were going to send Eric. So I called the airlines and said, "Do not send Eric, that physically I can't take care of him anymore because I have seizures." And so they didn't let him on the airplane.
This was 2 weeks before?
Yes.
May I interrupt?
Not yet.
Okay.
I stopped the airline at that time.
Fine, and then 2 weeks later he got on a plane?
Right, with no knowledge at all. If I did, I would have been there. So,
when you let Eric leave your house to go to his mother's for the summer, I assume he left some stuff there?
yes, he did, in our garage. No.
That's the stuff that Eric wants.
Yes.
Tell me what it is.
Well, I brought a bag that was Eric's, and there was some clothing. We sent him a Pokemon game, and I think that was in it too.
In where?
In the paperwork that's stating that that's what he was suing for.
Right.
We sent that back because he said he lost it on the airplane. Well, we did have it at the house. We did send that to him. So basically it's the clothes, the bag, what was in the garage.
Let me see what his mother says was left.
The travel
Well,
expenses.
let's go through
This
it.
is a list he made himself.
Okay.
And he
Can't always
put
rely.
the dollar estimate on there. I have.
You can't always rely on what the child tells you. All right. So let's see.
He's 15. He's very articulate. He's very
Clothing.
smart kid.
So you have some clothing.
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay. What about throw-over blanket?
I
He's
don't
talking
have
about?
the blanket.
Do you know what it is? You know what he's talking
It's a
about?
Pokemon blanket, I think.
And you don't have it?
No, I don't have it on me today, Your Honor.
No, that's not what I asked you, whether you have it with you today. I asked you if you have it at the house.
I don't have it because it was in a garage, and when I did look, this was all that was there.
He has here amount of money owed, $62. I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, he also got birthday money, and he said that they borrowed it for some cigarettes and other things.
Did he have any birthday money that he got while he was in your care?
Yes, he did, Your Honor. What we did is, to give Eric the money back, we took him to shows, we took him places, and that's the way we gave his money back to him at the time.
You went together as a family?
Yes, family
All right.
thing.
You have to give him back that $62. When you take a child to a movie or to a game or to
That's
bowling,
right.
you pay for it.
Okay.
What about a wrapped collector promo Pokemon card?
I have no idea on a Pokemon card.
A Game Boy Color unit?
That was the one that I think we did send back. My witness here, my fiance, if she could stand up, she knows quite a bit about this too.
Well, stand up and tell me where the Game Boy is.
Okay, the Game Boy was an instance in the evening. I was away in California. I got a call.
Where is it?
It should be in the garbage, ma'am. It was broke because Eric refused to put it away when he was told to.
And what happened to it?
And his father took it out of his hands, and it slipped out of his father's hands and went onto the floor. At that time, the screen was broke on it.
Okay, so it's not that you don't have it, it's that you broke it, sir.
Yes,
See,
sir.
look how smart she is. You're terrific. All right, so you're home for Game Boy.
Yeah.
Sega game system and 5 titles. Do you know about a Sega system?
Sega System came up with him from California, but it's nowhere around us. I have no clue. We bought him a Nintendo 64 because the Sega wasn't adequate enough for him. From October until June, I have no clue what he did with his game, ma'am.
Where is the Nintendo 64?
He took it home with him
He
to
did?
his mother's, yes.
You have the Nintendo 64?
The only Nintendo 64 that's at our house was the one that had been there.
You have a Nintendo
Yeah,
64?
we have one. We have
Good.
one.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And Hoffman says ex-husband Nick Smoljan owes for travel expenses because he didn't show up at the airport to pick up their son. Suzanne also says Nick refuses to return their son's belongings.
Personal journal? Did you find a journal?
No. We cleaned out his room thoroughly. There was just a bunch of garbage left in
What
it.
about family photos?
I have seen family photos that he had.
Do you know where those are?
No, ma'am, I don't. If I did, I would definitely give them to
Of
him.
course you would. Could you take another look for them?
I certainly will.
Okay. What about a bicycle?
We bought him a used bicycle. He never rode it because he didn't want to fix it up. It wasn't good enough for him because it didn't come from a brand new store. And he was very upset. He's a very material young man.
I disagree with that completely.
About what?
Him being totally materialistic.
All right. Well,
He's
do
always
you
been
have a picture?
satisfied with what he's had.
Do you have a receipt for the bike?
No, ma'am, we
Do you know
paid
where it is?
$25 cash at a yard sale for it.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, it's
Probably. Do you want to
been
pay
out
to have
in
it
the
shipped?
rain.
Do you want to
No,
pay
no,
to
I
have it
don't
shipped?
want to
Of course
pay to
not.
have it shipped.
Well, sorry. What about a microscope? Do you have a microscope?
No, ma'am. He got one for Christmas, but I have no idea where that is at this time. I could look through the stuff in the garage that we couldn't bring. I mean, we just brought what we could on the plane, which is a special backpack that his mother did send him up with. She sent him with 2 duffel bags and some clothing.
And that's why I'm wondering why she didn't send everything back when she sent him home if there was no intent
listen
for him
to
to
me.
be back.
Stop with the nonsense. This is nonsense here, madam.
Okay, okay.
Ms. Hoffman.
I'm sorry.
It's
Judge Judy,
nonsense.
I'm
She's
not-
she has his backpack. Certainly, I don't believe that the child has to pay for his own entertainment from his birthday
No.
money when you go as a family, so that goes back to you when you broke his Game Boy, which he values at $80. What else?
I really think you need to speak with Eric. Please. The only reason I'm here is because Eric wouldn't let go of this stuff. I didn't want to file his papers. He couldn't let go of the things, and his dad leaving him at the airport in Portland. His dad, he talked to his dad the Friday before he took the plane. I have a witness here that sat there while he made that phone call. The last time I spoke with Nick, when I was at the airport, I was paged, and they changed the flight to 2 weeks later.
Ms. Hoffman, you said that your son spoke to his father the Friday before he was going to leave.
Right.
Yes.
Well, shh, just a second. Did you speak to and said to you, you know, Dad will be there at the airport, I assume?
I talked to him 2 weeks prior to that.
2 weeks prior to that was when you were going to send him before, and he told you not to send him.
And-
After that, did you confirm with him that he would be there to pick him up 2 weeks hence? Did you confirm that with him? Yes or no?
No, not me personally, because...
Just a sec. Well, I'm
Okay,
talking
okay.
about you personally.
No, I did not speak to Nick personally. After
So
that,
your son did.
yes,
That was a mistake.
I guess so.
Well, that was a mistake.
May I address that?
Just a second. If you're making arrangements for a child who is clearly a troubled child, as you just quiet and listen, been around the block a long time, and I've seen a lot of kids.
I understand you
Okay.
have been.
Good. So
And I was-
if you're making arrangements for that kind of a child to be transferred and traveling alone, you don't rely on the 15-year-old who vacillates between who he wants to live with.
No.
To just listen to me.
Yes,
You don't rely on that child to make the travel arrangements with his father. You get on the phone with his father or the fiance with whom he lives and make clear arrangements when he's coming, what time the plane is going to arrive, what time he's going to be there. You didn't do that.
I did that.
No.
I didn't do that 2 days before the flight. I did that 2 weeks before the flight, but I did that. Eric's really a very smart kid.
Ms. Hoffman, one cannot assume that a father who agreed to take custody for a year of his child, hadn't lived with him, and was clearly giving you, who were the custodial parent, a lot of trouble, and then desert him purposefully at the airport. I cannot fathom what kind of human being would do that.
Well, neither can I.
Unless what was happening was you really wanted to send him back to his father, and his father said, no, I'm not taking him back, which is what he says. I can't do it. I have seizures, and it's causing me problems. It caused me problems with her.
Could you listen to my witness? She heard Eric's side of the conversation when he spoke to his father Saturday.
He didn't speak with his father. He spoke with me.
Spoke with you?
Yes, ma'am. And
that
it was in August. Eric called and said that his mother was putting him on the plane and that he did not want to come. He was scheduled to fly out on August 11th of 2001. I called the airline at that moment in time, and it was either United or Delta, I don't recall.
Please.
And informed them that Eric was being sent with no one that was physically and medically capable of taking care of this child. At this point, she did not send Eric to us. She waited until 2 weeks afterwards. Then we were notified. We weren't even home. We were away elk hunting. We bow hunt, okay? We were away. I got a page on my pager. I went down. It took me 20 minutes to go to the nearest local store. They informed me that someone other than Suzanne, I don't know the name of the lady, had called and said that Eric was in the at Portland Airport at that moment. From my front door, it is a 2.5-hour drive, and that is not leaving for traffic. That is no snow over the pass. That is basically point A to point B, going the speed limit with no distractions.
Okay. Byrd.
Yes, Judge.
The court is going to draft an order. The backpack will be turned over to Eric, and another $62 for his birthday money and $80 for his Game Boy. That's $142. That will be a judgment. And I'm going to ask all of you to sit down, and I'm going to see Eric in the back, please, alone.
Please.
Okay?
Suzanne Hoffman says ex-husband Nick Smoljan didn't show up at the airport to pick up their son. She is suing for travel expenses and for the return of the boy's personal property.
All right, would you step up, please? I will briefly tell you what I told Eric. I said that just because people are parents don't make them perfect, and that I believe that the fact that you weren't there at the airport to pick him up was a case of real miscommunication among everybody. And if, Miss Hoffman, you don't buy into that, that's your problem.
I know.
Why don't you be quiet and listen? If you don't buy into that, that's your problem. But if you want to do anything to protect your son and make sure that he feels as if both his parents care for him, then that's the story that you'll either start to believe or you will start to project. Because the fact that you have let him buy into this sense that he was totally rejected by his father by leaving him abandoned at the airport doesn't make him feel any better. It may make you feel better.
No, it doesn't make me feel better.
Why don't you just listen? You are not receiving. I don't care what the truth of the matter is. What I'm telling you is any child that is made to feel that they were abandoned doesn't make them feel good. Now, I have said to Eric, I don't believe, after hearing his father, that there was a purposefulness on his part of leaving him stranded. And I hope he believes me. And if you do anything to dissuade him from that belief, you are not being a good mother. Period. End of discussion. And I don't care what the truth of it is. I don't care. It's my sense. And that's what I told him. I also told him that you, Lynn, because he seems to like you.
I love him very much.
He seems to like you very much. You are going to do your best to look through the garage, which he acknowledged has a lot of people's things in it, and look for some things that have sentimental value to him. The pictures that he talked about, and whatever other memorabilia that you see there that looks as if it belongs to him. It will go a long way because circumstances change. This year, Mom's the gardenias. Next year, it could be Dad the gardenias. So we want to keep all these lines of communication open. So I want you to do me this favor and go through everything.
Yes, ma'am, I certainly will.
And anything that you find there that's not mentioned in this order,
I will get to it.
You'll put it in a box and mail to him directly. The backpack, he was pleased to hear that you brought. I told him that you were going to reimburse him for the $62 of his birthday money and for the Game Boy that he says you smashed. So that's $80.
And we also purchased.
So that is a judgment on Eric's behalf. For $142, the backpack will be transferred today. Also, he has some clothes. Yes?
Yes. Eric is very emotionally challenged, and all of his records are still up at Tillamook Family Counseling. So I don't know if she's sought emotional counseling, but he was in the school counseling every single day. I have documentation of this. He was at 42 different counseling appointments for him, individual, plus 11 different ones in our home. And he really, my stressor and my whole point for being here today is that Eric needs help to be a wonderful, well-rounded individual. He's very, very smart. He has a lot to offer our world, but if his emotional issues are not met, I fear for both Eric and our world.
May I suggest that you photocopy all the records that you have?
I have them for her.
Give her a copy. Do you have them today?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. Make sure she gets it today. What she does with them is totally up to her. She has primary physical custody of this child at this point, so she should be able to take care of... What are you crying about?
Because I'm not as articulate as I should be, and I'm sorry. I have taken Eric to counseling. We have been doing all the things that we're supposed to do.
Fine, then what's the problem? She's giving you the records.
The problem is,
she's giving
this
you
man
the
comes in
records.
here, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to put him, to say anything against him. I don't.
So then don't. So then don't.
Okay.
Then don't. I said to you there was a miscommunication. There was a miscommunication.
I don't believe that.
Well, that's your problem, Ms. Hoffman.
I
Get over
You
it.
told me that.
Get over it. Get over it. And if you're taking Eric to counseling, that's wonderful. And she's going to give you a copy of the records that she has for the year.
That's good.
You should be able to give them to your counselor. So I don't know what your problem is.
I'm sure the counselors already have been in touch with each other from California to Oregon because I released all so they could go back and forth with information when he moved
all
up
she's
there.
doing is giving a copy of your record. She's trying to be complete.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Please excuse me. Step out.
I'm really sorry that I let Eric down again.
We did do the best we could for him while he was there. Even though he's not my son, I took on that love and that responsibility. I was there for him constantly.
Nick comes out on top when he was the one that left him at the airport. He knew he was coming.
I hope that she can seriously deal with this child that needs her so much.
Nursing assistant Brenda Hames is suing 22-year-old maid Lori Stradley for an assault. Brenda says when she refused to put out a cigarette, Lori hit her in the face with a child's toy.
And it is your claim that the defendant assaulted you at a friend's house. You want to be paid for both your medical expenses as well as your lost wages and your pain and suffering. The defendant says that while she did hit you, you were the aggressor. All right. When did this happen?
This happened on Thanksgiving night.
Where?
At my girlfriend's house.
All right. And tell me what happened.
When I got there, my girlfriend was standing over by the Christmas tree, and I went over there to hug her and wish her happy Thanksgiving. Lori, at the time, was sitting on the floor down there, and she yelled at me very rudely like and says, "Can you put your cigarette out? My baby's in here." And I turned my head like this, and I said, "No."
Now, did you know the defendant before this incident occurred?
I've known Jessie, my girlfriend, since 1979, and I met Lori probably about a year or so ago.
Okay. So you turned around and said no when she asked you to put the cigarette out.
That's correct.
And you continued to talk to your friend.
Talk to my friend.
What happened next?
Then I kind of like just went and turned my head like this, and all of a sudden I saw this thing coming, which I was told was this. And it came at me right here, and my glasses flew one direction, and I came towards her to keep her from hitting me again. So me and her fell to the floor. Now, because she hit me and caught me off guard, I never got to see what she hit me with.
Do you have a witness here who saw what you were hit with?
Yes, I have my witness.
Step up, please. Tell me your name, sir.
Conrad Boyd, B-O-I-D.
Mr. Voigt, were you present on Thanksgiving evening?
Yes, we walked into the door like simultaneously, and it all happened so fast. The young lady right here was sitting on the floor, and she got up, she mentioned about the cigarette, and Brenda said no. And then she went back talking to Jessie, and she got up as if she was leaving, but when she walked, she popped her.
And did you see what she hit her with?
It appeared to be like a kid's guitar. It had like a handle on it.
So it wasn't this item?
It was something like this, but I thought I seen a longer handle.
But it was clearly an object, not her hand.
It's an object, right.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Byrd. Have a seat. What happened after you were hit?
After I was hit, then Conrad grabbed me and held me in another room, and Lori, someone grabbed her, and she left.
Did you go to the hospital?
I went to the emergency room because I work at the hospital. I went to the emergency room after I got off from work 3 o'clock in the morning.
What kind of injury did you sustain?
She said it was concussion, so she gave me 800 milligrams.
Do you have a report?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it, please. So there was bleeding in the area?
Yes, yes.
Underneath the skin?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Adley, let me hear your version of the events.
It was Thanksgiving Day. I was over at my boyfriend's mother's house. I was sitting on the floor. We had been over there all day. We were watching football and, you know, had a very nice family Thanksgiving dinner. And Brenda knocks on the door, and, you know, the door's answered, and she comes in, and she knows that we do not allow smoking around our child.
Don't tell me what she knows. You don't know what she knows.
Okay, sorry. So, you know, we don't allow smoking around our child. Our daughter was in the house. She walks in with a cigarette, and I nicely asked her, I said, can you extinguish your cigarette, put it out, please? We're gathering our stuff and we'll leave. She said, no, I'm not putting my cigarette out. I just lit it, started cursing at me. I said, okay. And I turned, was walking over to the table to get my daughter's stuff, and I was hit by this part of her arm on the side of my head. Instinctively, this is my daughter's toy that I had in my hand. I had it by the handle, and I did hit her in the head with it. I was tackled across the living room, and my boyfriend, he intervened somewhere and pulled us apart after I was already on the floor, and I gathered the rest of my daughter's belongings. I apologized to Stan and Conrad, and my mother, boyfriend's mother, and my boyfriend, and I went home and called the police.
All right, let's go back for a moment.
Okay.
You were sitting on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I'm not putting out my cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Hames says that she just continued to have her conversation, which, and by the way, Ms. Hames, I think you were wrong. Wrong to say I won't put out my cigarette. It's Thanksgiving. You were asked to do something. Some people really object to smoke around babies. So if she said to you, would you put out your cigarette, she may have said it in a rude fashion. But it would have been better if you just put it out, because you can understand why she wouldn't want smoke around her baby, right?
Right.
These are two completely different stories, and I have to make a determination as to what is more logical. And to me, Miss Stradley, it sounds more logical to me that you got very angry when she said no and just ignored you, because that's what mothers do with their children. They are very protective. And when somebody says to you, no, I'm not going to put out my cigarette, or whatever else she said, and you thought someone was threatening the health of your baby, it is more logical that you attacked her first.
Can I add one thing, Your Honor?
Sure.
There was alcohol involved. Brenda and her boyfriends had been drinking when she showed up to the house.
That wouldn't make a difference.
Brenda and I have not gotten along ever.
So you don't get along. That's even more of a reason for you to have attacked her first, because she was just blowing you off. She just said, no, I'm not putting it out, and turned around to continue our conversation. That really annoyed you. So, Ms. Stradley, it is more logical, madam, that you got very angry with the plaintiff, who was rude. No question she was rude. What you should have done was say, okay, you're leaving, I'll take the cigarette outside, I'll put it away. You were rude. Do you understand that?
Yes.
That doesn't excuse the fact that you bopped her with an instrument that could have caused injury. The fact that it didn't cause a serious injury is just lucky. Now, why you went and called the police, I don't know.
Because I was struck first, Your Honor.
No. I think that you went and called the police because you were afraid she was going to.
She hit me, so I hit her back. Self-defense.
No, you didn't. You didn't hit her in self-defense. You hit her in anger because she was placing your child, according to you, at risk. You say it's very clear. Everybody knows that we don't allow smoking near our baby.
That's
you don't get along.
sense.
That's common sense. You're absolutely right.
Something that she lacks.
You're absolutely right. She should have put the cigarette out if you asked her. That doesn't give you permission to hit her, and you hit her first. No question, because she would have had no reason to hit you. She said no and continued to have a conversation with
Other
other
than the
people
fact
who were
that
there?
she's a drunk and was drunk, no, she doesn't have a reason.
Even if she were drunk, she would not have a reason to hit you because she had already given you her answer. And her answer was, no, I'm not putting out the cigarette.
You're the judge.
You're right.
Brenda Hames says she was assaulted by Lori Stradley on Thanksgiving Day. Brenda claims when she refused to put out her cigarette, Lori hit her in the face with a child's toy.
Ms. Stradley, it does not make sense for her to have assaulted you after she already gave you her answer. It does make sense, however, if you were so angry, and you were angry, you didn't get along with her, you have not gotten along with her, she not only disrespected you, but she was smoking around your child, which is something that you and your boyfriend believe is dangerous to the child. So she was placing your child in danger, and that's what mamas do when somebody places their child in danger. They strike out, which is exactly what you did. Now, Ms. Hames, you were not seriously injured. You went to work the next day. You had medical bills of $99, right?
Yes, I also has my glasses, which was also affected with that.
Well, how were they
had
affected?
to be fixed. I had to have my glasses repaired.
And how much was that?
The glasses, I paid $288.59 for those glasses.
Well, but they were fixed. So I want to see the bill for fixing them.
Okay, here we go. I'm sorry.
Is that the bill for fixing them?
Yes.
Can I add something else?
Sure.
Okay. My glasses were a little bent, too, and you take them into Walmart, you take them into Shopko, you take them into anywhere, and they adjust them for nothing. She's a joke.
Well, this is a bill that you're showing me from date of service May 9th of 2000.
That's what I paid for the glasses.
I didn't ask you what you paid for the glasses, madam. You didn't replace the glasses. You had them fixed.
Right.
So how much did you pay to have them fixed?
They didn't charge me anything for them.
All right, and you're wearing them.
Right.
What else? Shh, please. What other expenses did you have?
Well, other than that doctor bill, that's all I've had. And, well, I'm still suffering from headaches on this left side of my head from where I was.
Try to quit drinking. Sorry.
See your temper?
Yeah, I have a temper.
That's what happened on Thanksgiving night. So watch your temper.
You want to take this so I don't use it again?
Watch your temper.
I'm being good.
$99 is what I have so far.
That's it, Judge.
The lawsuit seeks $4,000 in damages because in addition to everything else, you say you had lost wages, but you had no lost wages. You went to work the next day.
Well, when I got to work, I had such a bad headache, but I had to continue to work. After I got off work at 3 in the morning, Judge, I went down to the emergency room.
Fine. Did you go to work on the next regularly scheduled day that you had to go to work? So you had no lost wages. I'm awarding you on your claim 10 times the actual damages that you sustained, and the actual damages were $99. So I'm awarding you on your claim $990. And I think you really have to examine whether or not whether your words precipitated this altercation. That does not excuse the defendant's behavior. She is clearly a hot-tempered lady. Clearly. But just think for the future, if you're around somebody and somebody says, you're a smoker, I have my baby here, could you put out the cigarette? You do it. Because it's not a big deal. You got it?
Yes.
You're real lucky that she wasn't hurt anymore.
Oh, I almost wish she had.
You're very lucky, because if she had been further injured as a result of your hitting her with a dangerous instrument, you could have wound up in jail.
It's a say it's not dangerous.
Anything is a dangerous instrument depending upon its use. A child's toy is hey, don't be stupid and laugh. Please don't be stupid and laugh. A child's toy is meant to be used by a child. Its purpose is not to be used as an instrumentality to an assault.
Unless you're
And that's what you did. And you were not assaulted first, madam. If you say that you were again, you've made it up in your own head.
But you weren't there, and I was hit first.
Never
I'm not gonna
happened.
argue.
It never happened.
Glad you think so.
I do, and I'm the only one that counts.
Like I said, glad you think so.
Step out.
It's a joke.
It is a joke.
She hit me first.
She told a lie.
She's just a drunk. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me.
Oh, my gosh, I'm a drunk, huh?
50-year-old bail bondsman Linda Awald is suing 31-year-old Lori Wilson for skipping bail.
Miss Awald, you are a bail bonds lady.
Correct, Your Honor.
You don't know the defendant other than through business, is that right?
Only through business.
According to your complaint, she contacted you because she was arrested for something. Pay attention, Miss Wilson. You were driving with a suspended license?
Yes, ma'am.
And she was being held in jail. She asked you to arrange the bail. You did. You claim she owes you some money.
Correct.
She never paid for the bond, which was $150.
That's right, Your Honor.
And she made a series of collect calls. When did she call you?
Starting on October 5th, as I accepted the calls, I noticed a very distraught young lady. She was crying all the time. I do have a heart, so it got to me a little bit, enough to where
What did she say?
She said she was in jail and she needed to get out.
How much did it cost for you to issue the bond?
$150, Your Honor.
And how is that done?
She had money on the commissary books.
What does that mean on the commissary books?
That means when she went into jail, she had $170.76 on her, and they confiscate the money, put it on their records, and issue her a check upon her release. Sometimes I do this, if they have the money on the books, it's issued in their name back to them, and then they must sign it and put payable to Linda Awald.
Now I understand. So you said, I'll get the bond for you, which will be $150, and instead of you getting your check for the money that you had when you were arrested, you'll assign it to me, and that's how I'll get paid.
That's correct.
Okay. So she was, in fact, released?
She was, in fact, released, yes.
What happened to her check?
The officer that was going to be releasing Miss Wilson told me that he would confiscate the check back from her and hold it for me. And the officer got slightly distracted, I believe, and he released her.
With the check?
He released her, and she picked up the check and ran.
Okay. When was she due back in court?
She was due back in court on the 7th of October.
Did she show up?
No, she didn't, Your Honor.
So what happened?
So that issues a warrant for her arrest. At that time, it is my duty to either recover her or arrange for a recovery agent, which was done. And she turned herself in after 2 weeks. She went to the courtroom, I believe, on the 6th of November, and Ms. Wilson and I did talk a little bit. She came over and approached me, which I thought was big of her. Ms. Wilson was wanting very much to clear things up. She now has 3 children and 1 grandchild, and the grandchild means the world and all to her. I think enough to maybe turn her head at that point in time.
Did she give you your $150?
She never paid me.
Okay, Miss Wilson, let's go. Let's start with, you call her. You tell her you want her to bail you out of jail. She tells you it's $150. You tell her that you have a commissary check. You left with the commissary check. Why?
Because my boyfriend was supposed to have paid her.
He didn't.
I told her if he didn't pay, if she really didn't get her money, I told her I would give her her money.
But you didn't.
$10. No, I haven't yet. I didn't. I don't have it, ma'am.
All right. So you didn't give her the $150. You have no proof that the boyfriend gave her $150, which is what you said in your answer.
He was supposed to when I
don't supposed to. All you had to do was say to your boyfriend, did you give her the $150?
I hadn't seen him.
But you did see him eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
So?
And he did say he didn't give her the money.
Why didn't you show up in court when you were supposed to on the 7th of October?
I really don't have a good explanation for that.
Okay, that's honest. You were arrested for driving with a suspended license?
Yes, ma'am.
This the first time you were arrested?
No, ma'am.
No. So you've been through bonding procedures before?
Yes, ma'am.
So you know the drill?
Yes, ma'am.
How many different bail bondsmen have you used in the past?
Just 2.
Did you stiff the last one?
No. I wasn't trying to take anything from her.
Yeah, you were. You took your money. You have 3 children. How old are they, Miss Wilson?
15, 13, and 11.
Who do they live with?
My mom.
Your 15-year-old has a child?
Yes, ma'am.
Where does that child live?
With my mother.
You don't live with your mother?
I moved in there about a month ago.
Your mother has custody of the children?
Yes, ma'am.
Who are you working for now?
I'm not.
You have a substance abuse problem?
Yeah, I'm an addict. I'm an alcoholic.
Have you ever been into a residential rehabilitation program?
Yeah.
How long?
60 days.
Didn't work? No.
No.
Why don't you try longer? Yeah, 3 children.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you're going to have to find something.
Your Honor?
Yes.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I've arranged for her a victory home. It's run by a pastor and his daughter, but this is a commitment on her part, and she must make that commitment voluntarily.
What got you so interested in her, Miss Awald? You don't go the extra mile for everybody.
No. I felt sorry. I have kind of a soft heart if they cry a lot. And she cried a whole lot. And I felt right away very strongly that this girl is on a dead-end road.
How old are you, Miss Wilson?
31.
All right. You're a 31-year-old grandmother. got 3 children, none of whom live with you. You could either be dead by the time you're 40, or you can be a parent to your children and a grandparent to your grandchild. It's all up to you. Probably been abusing yourself for a very long time. Time to stop. When are you going to stop? 31. When are you going to stop? When?
Now?
I hope so. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $250. That's all.
Oh my God.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It wasn't my intentions to take anything from her.
I do think that she intentionally would give me back that money on her own if she had the means to do that.
Just like to tell you I'm sorry, Linda.
I just hope that this will be enough to put her in the right direction.
18-year-old student Susan Spencer is suing her foster sister, 29-year-old restaurant owner Jamie Cronin, for the cost of stereo equipment in a car she repossessed. Jamie is countersuing for the car's original stereo.
Come to order. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 335 on the calendar, the matter of Spencer versus Cronin. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Miss Spencer, you were a foster child.
Correct.
So the defendant was your foster sister.
Correct.
Were you living at home at the time that Miss Spencer was living there?
No, I had already left out of the house.
Were you friends?
Yes.
Liked each other?
Yes.
Then you made a big mistake. You sold her a car.
I didn't actually sell her the car.
Well, she says that she made an arrangement with you to purchase a car from you. And the arrangement was that she would make monthly payments on the car and take care of the insurance on the car. And you got the car, and you had it for about 4 months?
3 months.
And you made some modifications on the car. You added some tires and rims and tinted the windows. And then she repossessed the car.
Correct.
So your lawsuit is to get back all the money that you invested in the car. The defendant says that she didn't sell you the car. She said you could use it. Is that right?
Correct.
And that you were supposed to pay $173 a month for the car and keep up the insurance. As long as you paid that, you could use it. You missed a couple of payments, and she repossessed the car. And she is countersuing because she said that she has to redo all the things that you did in the car. And she wants the 2 months that you missed in the payments. What kind of car was this?
It was a 96 Honda Accord.
Had you moved out of the house already when you purchased the car?
No, I was still living in the residence. I took the car in May. I was working at a restaurant, and she offered me it. And
What did she say to you when she offered it to you?
She goes, I know you're looking for a car, and I have mine, and I want to get a different one because she has a dog, and it wasn't convenient. So I go, yeah, I'll take it.
What was the price?
$173 a month.
For how long?
For, I think it was 2 years left on it.
So you had purchased this car?
Correct.
So your payments were $173 a month?
I actually had the car loan was still with the bank, so that's why she was going to take over the payments.
And what were you going to do for a car?
I had already purchased another car, so I was going to sell the car.
Yes.
And I knew she needed a car, and she said her boyfriend Phil was supposed to get in her a car, and he hadn't gotten her a car, so I said, if you want, you can take over the payments, and you can, but you got to pay the insurance, and you got to make the payments. I said, I'll let you use it. And I said, if you can do that, then that's fine, but if you can't, then I'll take the car back, and I'll just sell it.
So you want me to believe that you never agreed to sell her the car if she made the 2 years' worth of payments?
No, she would have gotten the car, correct.
Oh, so you did sell her the car?
Well, I mean, you could say that, I guess, but
well,
it's not
I'm
really
saying
selling
that
the
you
car.
agreed to sell her the car because your answer says you told her she could use it.
Well, if she had made all the payments and made all the insurance payments on time, yes, she would have had the car.
Then it was going to be her car. So you were really sort of leasing it, but at the end of the lease, it was going to be yours if you made all the payments. Did you ever discuss exactly how long you were going to make these payments of $173 a month?
No, she gave me the payment book.
She did? Can I
Yes.
see it, please? Okay. And when you took this car in May, and did you make May's payment?
No, because it was in the middle. She had already made that payment.
Did you make the June payment?
Yes, I did, but I was a week late.
What about July's payment?
I paid that also.
Is it agreed that she paid for June, July, and August?
Depending on how you look at the payments are made in the middle of the month, so she made the...
3 payments?
2 payments.
Well, she says she made 3 payments altogether. Is
Yes.
that right? What did you do with the car when you took it back?
I had the car for a few weeks, and then actually sold the car.
For how much?
$5,000.
Who did you sell it to?
An independent party, someone that...
And how much would have been her car payments in total if she made all these car payments?
If she had paid the car off
Yeah.
at the time, probably $4,400, I guess, was left on the car.
So you made a profit when you sold the car?
No, I actually didn't make a profit on the car because of all these other things that I had to pay for. I had to make the last payment. She owed me money for insurance that I never received that I had to pay for.
How much did she owe you for insurance?
It was $569, and she gave me $300.
Is that right?
No, ma'am. When we made the agreement, I asked her how much my insurance would be, and she goes, I would owe her $1,000 by the month of October. Each month I had the car. June I gave her $200, July I gave her $200. When it came August, I had to buy college books, which was a sum of $500, so I only had $100 to give her. And I get paid every 2 weeks. I go, next week I will give you the other $100. I go, is that a problem? She didn't say it was.
So you gave her a total of $500
Correct.
towards insurance?
Yes.
Is that right?
No.
How much did she give you?
$300.
Okay. Ms. Spencer, let's start with this. You say that you made some improvements on the car, put a lot of money in the car.
Yes.
The problem that I had with your complaint is you said, I tried to make the payments on time. You didn't always make the payments on
Only
time.
the first payment.
Okay, and some insurance.
I
You told me some insurance because you were giving her $200 a month, and then you said you ran into some difficulty financially, so you only gave her $100. Well, why would you spend any money tinting windows and putting in a pricey stereo system in the car if you didn't have money to pay for the car, is my question, Ms. Spencer.
Oh, the answer is I had just graduated high school, and my boyfriend purchased me presents along with some of my friends. They bought me the stuff to put in the car. The only thing I purchased personally with my money is the CD player, which I don't have a receipt for.
Well, why would you buy a new stereo system if you couldn't afford to make the car payments and the insurance payments on time?
Well, I purchased the CD player, I'd say, in July, so I was doing fine with the payments.
You weren't. You told me that you missed the first payment because you had some problem. You had to get a second job in order to make the payments on the car.
The first payment was only a week late, and with my second job, I was making plenty of money.
But then why didn't you give her the insurance money when you were supposed to?
I was giving her $200 a month.
But then you stopped. Then you only gave her $100.
Because I had to go to college and buy school books.
School books is a good thing. A stereo system isn't.
But
it had a radio in it, didn't it?
Yes, I couldn't take back what I had already purchased a month ago.
So you made a mistake.
Yes. I also made the mistake of agreeing that...
Susan Spencer says foster sister Jamie Cronin repossessed her car and refuses to return the stereo. Jamie says Susan owes for the car's original stereo.
What else did you purchase for the car?
When I first got the car, the 2 back tires were no good, so we had to purchase 2 new tires, which we have receipts for.
Let me see the receipts for the 2 tires.
Yeah.
Tires were $92.
Yes.
Okay.
And then his father works for the Department of Corrections, and one of the head police guys impounded a drug dealer's car, and they had those rims on it. And he said, well, I don't really want to be driving around with these rims on it. If you purchase 4 new rims and give them to me, I'll give you these rims, which were valued at $1,000. But I have receipts for the 4 rims that we purchased for him. No.
Rims you don't need. You could drive a car without rims, right?
Yes.
What else?
We just have the receipts for the system we purchased.
Well, what system was it? Tell me.
We have 2 12-inch speakers and subwoofers and an amplifier. Well, the speakers were $165.95, and the amplifier was $188.99, and that was the system that was in the car.
Now, Ms. Cronin, if you had given her back the speakers and all of that other stuff, and she told you that you could have the radio back, why didn't you give them back that stuff?
The tires that were on the car, I didn't give those back because the other 4 tires that she wanted to put back on the car, she had already told me that he had stolen. Phil's friend had, I guess, worked at some tire place. And
Your Honor, you have the receipt.
We have a receipt.
I'm just telling you, that's what she told me. I mean, if he works there, I'm sure he could have made that
I still
receipt
have
up,
those
too.
rims and tires in my backyard.
I also have a note that he wrote to my parents with a big list of things that he has had to pay for her. So apparently these are things that he has paid for and not her.
Your Honor,
So
that note was, my foster mom was hounding me for $40 for a cell phone bill that I owed her, and I was trying to get money to pay for the car and also the books, and I go, can I give it to you in a week or so? Because she did not help me getting any of my stuff to move into the dorm. She did not help me with anything. And she made a big deal about that. And he just gave her a list of stuff that I had to buy. That I wasn't blowing my money. I had stuff I had to get.
It says in
Are
here...
you going to college now?
Yes.
Get a scholarship?
Yes.
Good girl. Okay. Let me get to your counterclaim for a second. You sold the car for $5,000.
Yes.
How much did you have to put into the car?
2 weeks after I took the car back, the car was vandalized in front of my house, and the radio, the speakers, all that stuff that she's suing me for was all stolen. I have the police report right here. It also even says on the police report how neatly everything was removed from the car.
So is it your contention, Ms. Cronin, that either the plaintiff and or her boyfriend vandalized your car?
I don't know. I don't know if she did or not.
Well, then why in the world would you sue her for the cost of this new system?
I'm not suing her for the car. I'm suing her for the radio that was in the car when she originally began using the car.
Hold on a second. If you took the car back from her,
yes,
why didn't you take out the system that she put in the car?
I was very willing to give back these things, to be honest with you, except for the day after I took the car back. I had spoken with her that day, and I told her, I said, you can have your stuff back. I don't care. I said, I have all your things. I'll be at work tonight if you like your stuff. So instead of her coming to get the stuff, instead, Phil's father decided to show up at my place of business during business hours and confront me with his friend that was a state trooper, and tried to confront me and telling me that I need to give these things back because they were Phil's.
But you didn't give it back to him, the radio and the CD.
At that point I didn't, because actually my car, at the same time I needed some work done on the car that I had purchased. So I decided, since I was still paying for the insurance, I decided to use that car for a few weeks while my car was getting fixed. And in that time, the car was vandalized, like I said.
So why don't you put it into your insurance?
So the only thing that was insured was the fixing of the window and the windshield.
And did you put in for that?
Oh, yeah, that was covered.
Let me ask you this question. If the car had not been vandalized, you would have sold the car with tinted windows, as you had.
Correct.
Right? And you wouldn't have complained about it.
Correct.
So your problem is not with her. Your problem is with the person who vandalized your car and broke the window.
If these things weren't in my car, if the stereo and the window wasn't tinted and stuff, my car wouldn't have been vandalized.
Miss Cronin, stop complaining. Miss Cronin, you sold the car for more money than Miss Spencer would have given you for it had she paid off the entire loan for the car. Correct. By at least $600. So you're not out any money.
No.
Fine, so what are you counterclaiming for?
I had no...
You just want more money?
I had no claim in the first place. She's the one that sued me. I had no... Well, I didn't want any money from her or anything
Good,
like that.
so then we've just eliminated your counterclaim. She doesn't owe you any money. The value of the things that you put in the car that I am going to give you, the $90, it was $190. I'm taking away the $100 for insurance. The $92 that you put on new tires, because evidently the defendant got the value of that when she sold the car, and the $165 and the $188, that comes out to $535. Judgment for the plaintiff, that's all. Good luck.
You may step out.
I would be more concerned about her relationship with my parents and maybe her mending that relationship with them.
I just wish it wasn't an issue in the first place, so I would rather separate myself from them.
Don't ever help out anyone unless you have something down in writing and some sort of agreement, and you know, because it ends up...
Suing his former roommate's girlfriend, landscape designer Susan Danton, for stealing his property. Susan says she didn't touch his belongings.
Mr. Calandras, the defendant was the girlfriend of your former roommate. Is that correct?
She was.
According to your complaint, you came home from work on a day in March, and your roommate had been arrested for some charge involving stolen property. When you returned to the house, you saw the defendant driving away. So far, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
When you got to the house, you found that the locks had been changed.
Yes, Your Honor.
You managed to gain entrance into the house.
Yes, Your Honor.
When you got to your room, you found that certain property was missing. Some personal property and some cash, correct?
Yes.
And it is your lawsuit that the defendant stole your property.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me how you know the defendant stole your property.
These are the evidence. If you don't mind if I end it to it? No. Okay. Why she stole my...
No. How do you know she stole your property?
Your Honor, she's the only person that went into the property without police supervision. And she was alerted of my arrival by her son because she was on Bollinger Canyon waiting for my arrival. And they had a two-way radio So maybe when I was driving down, probably Chris said, Mom, he's coming, get out of the house. So
you didn't hear any of this. This is what you're thinking.
No, actually, I saw her just driving in front of me. Almost she ran me over, Your Honor.
She was driving away from the house.
She's just driving away.
That's the evidence that you have, because I read your complaint very carefully, Mr. Calandras. And your complaint said that you know it's her because she was driving away from the house.
Your Honor, may I interrupt? Why just go in and change the locks without police supervision? There had been a search warrant.
So there was a search warrant in your house. Do you know how many policemen arrived?
I wasn't present, Your Honor.
Do you know whether there were any non-police officers who were there, for instance, locksmiths or anything else?
No, I don't.
So all you know is that there were a lot of people who entered the house with a search warrant to go through not only the roommate's property, but the entire house, because they had a search warrant for the house, right?
No, Your Honor. They had a search warrant, but they were not supposed to go into my room.
Supposed to. You weren't home to tell him it was your room, were you?
His ex-wife told me that she went in there with them and they didn't go into my room. That detective said that they didn't go into my room, Your Honor.
Mr. Calandras, first of all, that's hearsay, that nobody went into your room. It's certainly possible. But the only evidence that you have against the defendant is that she was driving away in the car.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Staunton, I know this is going to sound like a ridiculous question. Did you steal his property?
No.
Do you know who might have stolen his property?
No.
Were you present when the police arrived?
Police were there one time when I came home, and this is after I'd changed the locks to protect myself from Mr. Calandras.
When had you changed the locks? Before or after the search warrant?
That was after, days after.
Days after?
Yeah.
So you felt as if you needed protection from the plaintiff?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why is that?
Because he was very hostile to me. He would be in my face, you know.
Is that after he thought that you had stolen his property?
No, this is all has gone on for a long time.
Okay. What happened to any property that was in his house?
I don't know.
What's happened to the house?
I lived there.
Well, then if you lived there, you would know if in his room there's any property.
Well, yeah, he was in the process of moving out.
Excuse me, Your Honor?
Yes.
I was there. I could testify to that.
Well, step up, sir. Tell me your name.
John Rowe.
Mr. Rowe, were you there on the date that the search warrant was executed?
Yes.
Were you present when they went through the house?
No.
Did you see Miss Staunton when she came home?
No, I was incarcerated at the time.
Do you know anything about Mr. Calandras' property?
I know that he vacated the property, and we had a civil standby at that time. He removed all of his personal property.
Was that before or after the police executed the search warrant, Mr.
After.
Taunton? So after he claims that you took some of his property? Right.
Well, he's accused my son-in-law of stealing it. He's accused me of stealing it. He's accused Susan of stealing it. I don't even know if it's stolen. I mean, I just don't know.
Okay. Has he accused other people formally in writing?
Yes.
With complaints?
With police complaints?
Yes.
Not that I'm aware of.
What kind of complaints?
Written letters.
May I see the letters, please? Did you ever think anybody else stole your property, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever accuse anybody else?
No, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm. You say in this letter that it is my opinion that Susan Danton did take my gray suitcase.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's your opinion?
That's my opinion.
Okay, well, we can't go by opinions, sir. Mr. Calandras, your case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The charges were completely false.
I'm right and they're wrong. They are the criminals, not me, sir.
Without you having to beep out too much. Makeup salesperson Sharon Shin is suing former friend, 23-year-old debt negotiator Jennifer Yu, and Jennifer's brother, Jay Yu, for the return of her Maltese, named Penny.
You. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Ms. Shin, it is your allegation that the defendants offered to watch your dog for you because the place where you were living didn't accept dogs.
Yes, correct.
And now they refuse to give her back.
Yes, correct. I've had this dog since
Just
the birth.
wait a second.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Just a sec, please. Please don't talk. I do talk. You do answer. When did you turn the dog over to the defendants?
April 22nd of this year.
And when, for the first time, did you ask for the dog back?
In the beginning of October, but we had an agreement.
Just a second. So they had the dog for a little over 6 months.
Yes.
This was a friend of yours?
Yes.
How long had you been living in your apartment?
I've been living there for 8 months.
Before the dog was turned over to them?
Yes.
And the dog was living with you for 8 months?
My sister...
Don't tell me your sister. The dog was living with you for that 8-month period?
Temporary.
Was living with you?
Yes.
That's a liar, Honor.
Just a second. So why all of a sudden did you turn the dog over to the defendants?
I lived with my sister, and I moved out in December of last year. My landlord wouldn't let me keep the dog, so I had asked my sister to take care of it for me, but she was pregnant at the time, so she could not take care of the dog. So I had asked Jennifer, I have known her for over 10 years, and I had asked her if she could watch my dog until I find a new place where I could take Penny back, and she agreed.
How old is this dog?
He's now 2 years old now.
All right. So the dog lived with your sister, and then you moved into a place where you lived for 8 months. The dog did not live with you. You gave the dog to them, another 6 months. So all in total, how many months did the dog live with you?
1.5 years.
That's a lie.
That's 2 years old.
Okay, good. The math doesn't work out there, Miss Chin. How often in the 6 months that the dog was living with the defendants did you visit with the dog?
At least once every week, sometimes every day.
That's a lie.
Once every week. I went by, my sister went by to visit.
I'm not talking about your sister. I'm talking about you. How often did you go to visit with this dog during the 6-month period?
At least once a week, once every week.
To see me, not the dog.
So once a week. How far did you live from the defendants?
5 minutes away.
So you could have gone over every day.
Sometimes I went over every day. I went over there every chance I could.
They were friends, I mean...
We were friends. She came to see me, not the dog. I mean, yeah, when she came, she saw the dog, but she never, ever called me once to say that she's going to come see Penny. It was because we had plans...
That's a lie.
No, we had plans...
Just a second.
We had plans that maybe she came over to see me.
Just a second.
And she never had possession of the dog.
Did you say... Hey.
Listen.
How much money did you give the defendants in the 6-month period to take care of the dog? Food, vet bills, grooming bills?
I did not give them any cash. When she first came over to my house...
So the answer is you gave them nothing?
I gave them all the supplies. Big bag of dog food, shampoo, conditioner, dog's bed, everything.
That was just left over from
Just
when
a
she had
second.
it.
I'm talking about in the 6 months the dog was there, not when she first took the dog, which is the supplies that you had in the house. I'm talking about if she was merely babysitting for this dog for you. It would seem to me you would have an arrangement to say, look, I don't want you to spend any money on... What kind of dog is that, a Maltese?
Maltese, yes.
I don't want you to spend money on grooming, on vet bills, on food, or anything else. You're just watching this dog for me. I want to pay you.
I have the grooming bills here, too.
If they do have it, I've told them I'm willing to pay for it.
That's not what I'm asking you. So you lived in your apartment for 8 months, and they had the dog for 6 months. Then you went and found a new place to live.
Yes.
And the new place allows dogs.
Yes.
So you want the dog back.
Yes.
What is your version of how the dog came into your possession?
Okay, basically, she never had possession of their dog, Penny. Her sister, took care of Penny. She was giving birth, and she couldn't have a dog in the house. She asked me for a favor, if I could give Penny a new home. And I told her that I'm going to ask my brother, because I live with my parents and my brother, and I know my brother loves dogs. So I never owned a dog myself, so I didn't know. So I told her that, I'll ask my brother and my family. I told her maybe a couple days or a week later that my brother was willing to take care of the dog. And there was times before they gave Penny up, they sold this dog, once before, and they got it back. I mean, who gives a dog away?
When did they sell the dog before?
A couple months before, they sold the dog, they took it back.
Then now they gave it to us, and
then
under what circumstances? Do you know the story about how they sold it?
Yeah, they just wanted to get rid of the dog because they knew they couldn't house the dog.
Lie.
Just a second.
It wasn't convenient for them.
Yeah,
and they think that they can give this dog a new home anytime that it's inconvenient for them.
Just a minute. Who did they sell the dog to?
They put an ad out and they sold it to someone.
Did you put an ad in the paper for the dog?
Yes, I did.
When?
In November of last year. Because at that time, my sister was pregnant. I was living with my sister. I had no intentions of moving out. So my sister was pregnant. We could not take care of my dog. So I put out an ad in the newspaper, and someone wanted to buy it for $300. They had it for a day, and my sister kept crying. She could not sleep, eat. She had a hard time getting over it. So we called them back, and we told them that we want our dog back. Is there any possible way if we could buy the dog back? They said, well, we paid $300 for it, and we took Penny to the vet, grooming. Are you willing to pay all the fees that we pay for? So we paid them double, $600 to bring Penny back. And
Because, just a second, because your sister couldn't sleep?
We sold Penny.
No. Because your sister couldn't sleep. That's what you said.
She couldn't sleep. She was crying. She was having a hard time getting over Penny.
Fine, but then your sister said, I can't take care of Penny anymore.
Exactly.
Right?
No, we bought Penny back, so we
You
brought
bought
him
Penny back.
And then I moved out in December.
And then your sister said, I can't take care of Penny
anymore. That's why
anymore.
I had it temporary. I had it in my apartment without my manager knowing, and my manager found out that I had a dog, and he told me that I cannot keep my dog in my apartment. That's when I asked Jennifer.
You didn't say to me that when you sold this dog before to somebody else, you thought you made a mistake. You couldn't sleep at night. You couldn't eat. You said your sister.
Me and my sister.
No, that's not what you said.
No,
you said my sister. You said my sister.
I am the one who paid $600 out of my pocket to bring Penny back. I'm the one that drove over there to Torrance. If it was that hard for you to get over to bring Penny back.
Don't.
And then
what?
Without telling my manager, I snuck Penny into my apartment. I kept him for a while, and then my manager found out. He told me that I need to either move out or take Penny to somewhere else. So I brought Penny back to my sister, and then that's when Jennifer offered me.
Just a second. You brought the dog back to your sister, and your sister said, I can't manage a dog because I'm pregnant now.
Penny was only there for a week.
Did you hear what I said? Your sister said to you, I can't take her now, because otherwise you would have left the dog with your sister, right? Right? I mean, if you moved into a place where you couldn't keep the dog, and your sister, who couldn't sleep at night 2 months before, she would have said, fine, I'll keep Penny until you find another place to stay. But your sister said, I can't keep her.
She was pregnant. That's why I kept it in my apartment without my manager's approval.
So she got over being hysterical.
Judy. Sharon Shin says former friend Jennifer Yu and her brother Jay Yu refused to return her Maltese named Penny. Jennifer and Jay say Sharon abandoned the dog.
My next question to you, Ms. Shin, is if you had the kind of love and affection that you seem to want me to believe that you had for this dog, why didn't you find an apartment in a month?
I tried to. I found
2 months.
The place that I
3
moved,
months. 4 months.
The place that
6 months later?
Yes, but I trusted these people. They had agreed that they'll watch Penny for me until
Ms.
I
Shin,
could
that's
find
not
a
what
place.
that's not what I'm saying to you. We're not talking about a cup or a desk or a pair of glasses. We're talking about an animal that has a feeling. You want to know how I know? Just stand there for a minute and I'm going to show you. This one's mine. This one's mine. Lily, come sit here with me. This one's mine. When I went to find a new apartment, and the landlord said, you can't have a dog, I don't care if they were offering me a palace. It's not worth it. Because if a dog is part of your life, is part of your soul, you don't move into a place where you can't have a dog. And you don't give up a dog for 6 months and let it bond with another family and then say, I want it back. You don't do that.
Thank you.
You don't do that. That's outrageous.
Yes, but...
Go buy another dog.
That's what they told me, Your Honor.
That's exactly what I'm telling you. Go buy another dog.
Your Honor, I've had this dog since the birth.
You've never had this dog.
Just a minute. No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't. You didn't. The dog lived with your sister.
Then
the dog lived with them.
I lived with my sister for a year after they gave birth.
You lived with your sister. Then your sister had the dog. Then you moved into an apartment for 8 months. Then they had the dog for 6 months.
7 months.
7 months. Now you want the dog back? You're not bonded with this dog. Because if you were bonded, you would not have moved to an apartment where you couldn't have dogs. That's the first question you ask. You say, I have a pet. So if you move into a place that says no pets, you say no pets, no me. And you go someplace else. But you don't let your dog bond with another family and then say, I want it back. This is not an animal that you've had for 10 years. You had this animal, all told, maybe for a year. But not the last year. The last year, they've given this dog a home and affection and attention. So if you want another Maltese, go buy one.
Your Honor, this dog belongs to me.
Not anymore. Your case is dismissed.
Your Honor,
goodbye.
please, I have the evidence here.
You may step out.
This isn't fair. They agreed that they'll watch the dog for me until I find a place. It's a temporary agreement, and now they're
See, they're denying the whole fact that they... I trusted these people.
She's just inconsiderate and she's very selfish, obviously, because she just thinks that this is penny's an object, and it's not. She can't give it away anytime she feels like it's inconvenient to her and take it back whenever.
Is suing former friend, 24-year-old customer service rep Michael Lane, for the cost of rims for his Mustang and a new Movado watch. Michael says they were both gifts.
Mr. Rosa, you claimed 2 loans to the defendant.
Yes, I did.
Why would you make him loans to begin with? You had a relationship with him?
We were friends. He got into a car accident. He needed help. He wanted rims for his car, so I helped him out.
All right, he got into a car accident, and you were just friends?
Yep. When he got into his car accident, I was the person he called to come get him.
Look at me. He got into an accident with his car. And you came and rescued him.
I came, picked him up at the hospital.
And now tell me about the rims.
He wanted particular rims for his car.
How much after the accident?
It was right after the accident. The ones they were going to give him were the same ones he had before, but he wanted something bigger for his car, so he wanted 17-inch ones. So I made a phone call to my uncle. He got me the name of a place where I could get them at a good deal.
Did you tell him that you were doing that?
Yes, I did.
What did you say to him?
I said, I found them.
Look at me.
I said, I found them for $7.94.
And what did he say?
Yeah, let's do it.
And what did you say?
I said, all right, you need to write a check out, whatever, and then we need to figure out this out. How many days can I get them to you? He wanted them right away, so we had to pay for extra shipping and handling. So I did it, and he was supposed to give me half the money when they came, but he never did because he didn't cash his check.
Well, you didn't say anything about him giving you money. You just said that you got him the rims. When was he supposed to give you money?
That was a deal we made. I would help him out with them when he asked me.
Helping him out by loaning him the money?
Yes. It wasn't a gift, it was a loan.
That's what you say. He says it was a gift. Mr. Rosa, why didn't he pay for the rims himself?
He didn't have the money.
Why didn't he have the money?
I don't know. He said he didn't have the money.
So then why did you do it?
Because I was being nice.
And that was very foolish. He wants 17-inch rims instead of 14-inch rims. He's got to compensate for something. So you say, listen, you don't got the money, go with the 14 inches. When were the rims? In what month?
I want to say August.
What else do you claim you loaned him money for?
The watch. Actually, he has the watch on right now on his wrist.
Yeah, so? When did you
loan him? He went with
him?
me to go pick it up.
When?
We went to go pick it out, I think, in October or September. And we went to go write a check out, but...
Just a second. When did you actually transfer money for the watch?
October.
So 2 or 3 months after the rims hadn't been paid for.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So now he wants a new watch. Now tell me how it came about that you turned over any money to him for this new watch.
Because he had given me some money for it.
How much did he give you?
He gave me $150.
When?
That day we went to go get it.
Well, how did it come about that he came to get this new watch in the first place?
He saw it. He said he wanted it. He was going to write out a check. He couldn't write out a check. I figured I could write one out. They didn't take mine, so I said I'd go back and I would withdraw the money. And as we were leaving, he said that he needed the money back, and he'd give me the money when I gave him the watch. So I went back the next day and picked it up.
And paid for it?
Yep. And he was supposed to meet up with me to give me half the money. And when I met up with him, he didn't pay it me.
What about the watch?
The watch was a gift. Actually, my birthday's in June, and we went in July. So it's a correction of the date there. And she said, this is, I didn't get you anything for your birthday, so I'm going to grab you this watch because I know you want it. The watch itself was something that I could have done without. I didn't need it. At the time, I had another watch.
What'd you need the rims for?
My car insurance was going to pay for the rims. The rims that I wanted. It wasn't a necessity. I mean, it's something, I wanted, but it's something that she offered. And I said, Angela, honestly, at the time, we were friends, and it wasn't an intimate relationship, but it was to the fact that she cared about me, and I appreciate it. But it's something that, if I know I'm not going to be able to pay somebody back, I'm not going to go ahead and offer, say, listen, I'm going to pay you back later on down the road. I know that the circumstances at the time, I couldn't pay you back. So I most certainly wasn't going to take anything. So,
Mr. Lane.
Yes.
You lied right there.
Just a second. Mr. Rosa, because you acted foolishly doesn't mean you get paid.
I didn't act foolishly.
Yes. Oh, yes, you did.
Actually,
yes, you did.
He just said that I got it to him as a gift. Actually, the gift that was given to him for his birthday is a tattoo that's tattooed on his arm that was paid for. That's what was given to him.
Mr. Rosa, if you don't think you acted foolishly, I'm here to tell you that you're wrong. Let's say I believe your scenario that this man who had no way to make any money of consequence wanted 17-inch rims for his car at a cost of $800 when the insurance company was going to give him 14-inch rims. And if you liked him and if he was your friend, you say, that's nice. You want to buy him? Buy him. But you knew he didn't have any money.
That's not true, because I used to help him out by cashing his checks for him because he didn't have his bank account check yet, so I would cash him for him and give him the cash from his check.
I have direct deposit.
He said he had to pay back his cousin.
So he said he had to pay back his cousin, so he wasn't giving you any money. You did a very foolish thing, and after you did the first foolish thing by buying him these rims, let me tell you what you wrote here in your complaint, which I found very interesting. You said, defendant decided he wanted new rims for his tire. He was very persistent on getting them, so I special ordered them for him and had them delivered to him right away.
Yes. He was at my house the day he called me and said, did you get them yet? Did the rims come yet? He used to sit at my house. Did they get them yet? I have to go to work. Where are the rims? Why aren't they there? I have to have them dropped off.
He used you. He's not a nice person. Let me tell you something. From what he just told me, he's not a nice person. He has a bad character because he said to me, I knew I couldn't pay you back. I didn't want her to buy me any presents. I didn't want anything from her. She knew I couldn't pay her back, but he took them. He took the rims, and he took the watch, and he's wearing the rims. He's wearing the watch. I'd like him to wear the rims. He's wearing the watch, and he's driving around on the rims. So he is a person of poor character. Because if what he's intimated in his answer is true, he said you liked him more than he liked you, and therefore he took advantage of you, which makes him a bum.
Yeah.
Okay? But it makes you stupid, for which you do not get paid. Your case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She was looking for something that she couldn't get.
I think they were unfair, and I should have gotten what I came here for.
She was trying to win her way into the heart, and it wasn't going anywhere.
Insurance salesperson Anna Maria Ross is suing her ex-fiancé, 29-year-old sales manager Steve Miller, for half the cost of their furniture. Steve says his grandmother bought the furniture, and he's the one paying her back.
And the defendant were engaged to be married.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you live together?
Yes, Your Honor.
From when to when?
I believe it was June of '99.
And when did you separate?
January of 2000.
January of 2000 or 2001?
2001.
Your Honor, we started dating at that time. We weren't actually living together in June of '99.
Well, when did you start to live together is what I want to know.
He moved into my place in Roseville originally in 1999.
What month?
It was in October.
October of 99, not June. Okay. Now, at that time, you claimed that he suggested to you that you get rid of your furniture because his grandmother was going to buy some new furniture.
Yes.
And you did that. Grandmother purchased new furniture, but there was an agreement that you would pay the credit card bill on the furniture. It is your claim that after you separated, he came and took all the furniture out of storage and that you had, in fact, paid for half of that furniture during the time that you were living together, so you want the value of half the furniture. The defendant says that he paid for the furniture, he's still paying for the furniture. When was the furniture purchased?
So on the March 15th, 2000.
And what furniture was purchased in March of 2000?
It was pretty much a whole recline, a living room set.
Living room set, so far, is that right?
Yes.
A bedroom set, plus a dining room table.
Table?
But that was not on the credit card. That was paid in cash to his mother.
Is that right?
That was given to me from my mother. It was our dining room table from her previously
So that was a gift, so let's forget the table.
Yes.
And that was all purchased in March of 2000 on a credit card, Grandma's credit card.
Yes.
How much do you say you put towards this furniture?
$1,000 about.
$1,000 about?
Within the year that we got the furniture, each month that we paid a month.
Were you sharing the expenses of living together?
Pretty much.
Not pretty much.
Yes, Your Honor.
You were?
Yes.
And how were you sharing them? What were you doing at that time? Were you working?
Yes.
What kind of work were you doing?
At the time, I was dancing.
Dancing?
Yes, at that time.
And how much money were you earning dancing?
$1,000 a week, usually.
So you put money into a joint checking account?
No, we had our own separate accounts. But I would give him cash to pay for bills, and he would write it out as the man of the house.
Is that right?
No, Your Honor.
Well, tell me how it worked.
Basically, she kept her money, I kept my money, we split the bills, and we came together to purchase things together, and the things that were purchased together, she was allowed to take with her when she left. But we had separate checking accounts, and she never came home and gave me, you know, large amounts of money.
I didn't say large amounts of money.
Well, she said that
what you're saying to me is that she's correct that you did, in fact, share joint bills and purchase things together.
Yes.
Now, one of the things that you decided to purchase together was this living room set and the bedroom set.
No, Your Honor.
Well, tell me why not.
Because when we agreed to move in with each other, she put her furniture in the stores because I said that my mom was going to buy me furniture and that we could use my furniture.
You said my furniture?
Yes, my furniture.
Mr. Miller, were you engaged at that time?
No, we were not.
When did you become engaged?
Only about 3 months after we moved in together.
You moved in together in October of '99.
The whole timing thing is a little confusing to me because...
Well, but try not to make it confusing to me, Mr. Miller, because I'm supposed to be able to resolve this case.
Sure.
The furniture was purchased in March of 2000.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, were you engaged at the time that the furniture was purchased?
No.
Were you engaged at the time the furniture was purchased?
He proposed to me Father's Day, which was May.
Father's Day is in June. Of what year?
Of year 2001.
June 2001 is when he proposed to you. So he proposed to you 5 months after he left you.
No, I'm sorry. I meant to say, I apologize. I meant to say that I recollect that he proposed to me. It was right around, I'm trying to remember because there was a big... All
right, now listen to me. This is what I want you to do. I'm going to sit here very quietly for a moment. I want the two of you to recognize that you're involved in a trial. At a trial, I'm asking you rather simplistic questions. I'm asking you to tell me certain dates so that I can make a determination as to whether this furniture was purchased for you as a couple, was purchased as an individual by a parent, what were the ramifications of the engagement. So I want you to take a deep breath and think. When did you meet? When did you move in together? When did he propose? When was the furniture purchased? Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now just be calm. Think. You don't look like you're thinking.
Are you ready for an answer?
Are you ready to give me an answer?
I'm ready to give you an answer.
Okay. When did you move in?
In October.
October of what year?
October of 2001.
And when did you propose?
About 4 months after that.
February of 2001. When did you purchase the furniture?
June 3rd.
June of?
2001.
2001. So you purchased the furniture, Mr. Miller, after you became engaged.
No, that's not what happened.
No, there's just this is what you just told me. Let me go back, Mr. Miller.
Okay.
You told me that you moved in October of 2000.
Okay.
You told me 4 months after you moved in, you became engaged.
Mm-hmm.
That would be February of 2001. Then you told me you bought the furniture in what month and year?
I'm looking at the first payment. It says June 3rd, 01, so...
So you bought the furniture after you became engaged?
No, I gave you the wrong answer on the date, but I didn't... The furniture was purchased after, or before we were engaged, 3 or 4 months before. And I might not
according to the scenario you just gave me, Mr. Miller, after you thought very carefully.
Well, I'm not...
Go ahead. Now, be quiet. You got it. You had a turn. You had your turn. You took your best shot. All right, Miss Ross, was the furniture purchased before or after you became engaged?
After.
Oh, okay.
I mean, before. I meant to say before, I'm sorry. Because I remember sitting down on the dining room set when he bent down and proposed to me, and we had our furniture purchased. It was there at the house.
I love this.
After a physical fight with fiancé Steve Miller, she broke off the engagement. She is suing for half the cost of their furniture.
I want to see what's the balance remaining on the credit card for the furniture. Don't give me a whole bunch of papers, just show me the balance. Thank you very much, Mr. Miller. This case is becoming all too painful for me. Could you read this?
You have on your reading glasses.
I know, but look at this here.
I know.
Look at that there. Can you see that?
Whoa. I see the new balance here, Judge. It says $2,478.68.
Is that the new balance, sir? Is that what's left on the
Yes.
And what was the original purchase price of the furniture, Miss Ross?
About $3,000, almost.
We're in a court.
Excuse
I
me,
want to
I'm
know
in-
the exact amount.
Because there were separate payments, I can't find the total amount of the entire furniture. Ma'am.
Let me take a look.
Mm-hmm. Because there were different...
Trying to think of how many years my father
This is
paid
a-
to educate me for this. Did you folks ever learn about being prepared? You know, you come to court, you're prepared, you have all your information, you have numbers, it's all down there. It's in, I mean, I'm not asking you anything that goes outside of the lawsuit that you brought. I'm not asking you about what caused the breakup or, you know, whether you liked each other towards the end. I'm not asking you any of those soft questions. I'm saying, when did you buy the furniture? How much did it cost? How much is left on the furniture?
Your Honor, may I speak?
No, just give me a number. When you buy furniture, you have a bill. The bill says one chair, $200, one table, $300, one bedroom set, $900.
Brown ones are like the copies.
Your Honor, if she would have purchased the furniture, she would probably have that information.
Good, so you
I have
purchased
the
it. You
original.
so you purchased it. Give it to me.
I don't.
You're not. So you purchased it. Give it to me.
I don't. I did not purchase it. My grandma purchased
The
it.
duplicates, yeah, like
Well, then maybe we ought to dismiss this case and let your grandmother stand in your place. Well. Thanks, Bert.
Your Honor, may I state that in the beginning of the relationship, I had my own set of furniture that I purchased on my own. He sold it to his friends, and then we got the new stuff, and he lived in we've lived in 3 separate places since we've been together. This last prior place was with this furniture.
Listen to me very carefully. The furniture was purchased for about $3,000. There is almost $2,500 left on the bill. If you are not paying that bill, then you are not entitled to any furniture. Do you understand? You don't want to take out a loan, do you, and pay off this furniture?
No,
Of course not. And since you don't want to take out a loan, pay off his grandmother's credit card, or put that amount on a new credit card of yours so that she is no longer responsible, right? You can't have the furniture. Period. Goodbye. Thank you very much. This case was very painful.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
You know, I'm happy with the outcome. You know, I don't feel that she deserved the furniture.
He ripped me off.
When 2 people come in a relationship with their own property, I think they should leave with their own property.
Never to mess with the loser ever again.
1-year-old financial director Richard Carlson is suing his ex-girlfriend, Teresa Reese, for loans he made during their relationship. Teresa says she has a restraining order against Richard.
Mr. Carlson, you claim a series of loans to the defendant while you were in a relationship. Ms. Reese says that there were no loans. Tell me about when these loans started and why, sir.
Yeah, they basically started on March 1st of 2001. A series of loans were made for various amounts, including rent, and her and I were on a furniture note, but I do not have the furniture. She has the furniture. Totals up to $1,905.
So tell me why you started to give her money for rent.
She was in an accident. She was not able to work, and she was struggling with her bills.
How did you meet her?
I met her at a local bar.
Did you ever live with her?
No.
Where were you living at the time?
I was living in my own place.
And so how much did you give her?
On March 1st, I gave her $300.
When did she agree to pay you back?
She was to get a settlement. She never came through. Then, conveniently, she filed a restraining order against me once I heard that she did get her settlement.
Well, she filed a restraining order against you, I assume, because you were contacting her.
That is correct.
Or in March, we have $300 that you gave her. When did you give her the next amount of money?
I gave her, on the 15th of March, I gave her $225.
And again, you weren't living with her at the time.
No, I was not.
That's not true. Just a second, we'll get to you in a minute. When next did you give her money?
I gave her 8 days later on the 23rd. I gave her $75.
What?
She needed groceries.
When next?
And then on the 17th of April, $165 I paid for her furniture note.
Her furniture note.
Yes.
Just a second. Her furniture note.
Yes.
When did you purchase furniture?
She purchased it in October of 2001.
Did you go with her to buy the furniture?
Yes, I did.
Were you planning on moving in at the time?
Not at all.
We were living together at the time. I'm going to get to you in a minute, Miss Reese. How much was the total amount of the furniture?
I believe that the payments were $165 a month, and I believe it was right around $1,900 was the loan.
Approximately $2,300.
So what you're saying is, aside from these amounts of money, $300, $225, $75, $165, the other amounts of money for furniture, with furniture that is on your credit card?
No, it wasn't.
It was financed.
Who financed it?
They're a local furniture company, and I have the agreement right here, which our name is on it. With both, we're under the same address, and he's signed on to this.
Can I see it, please?
And he's given me a lot more than the amount that he's suing for. He's given me money as late as October, 2 weeks before the restraining order was filed.
Both names on it?
Yes.
And one address?
Exactly.
Is that right, sir?
That is correct, yeah. If I can add to it, you know, I never once was on her lease.
Hey, she didn't have to be on her lease to live with her.
Exactly, and that is my
Miss
point.
Reese, be quiet. You don't have to be on her lease to live with her, Mr. Carlson. You have to understand that.
I understand.
Okay. What was the address of the place that you claim you were living and paying rent on during this time?
My home address, 8529.
And who do you live with there?
I'm staying with my mom.
So it's your mother's home?
Yes.
So, Mr. Carlson, it would be fair to say, sir, that most of the time you were staying with the defendant?
Yeah, maybe 2 days a week.
Maybe 3 sometimes?
Yeah.
Sometimes did you actually spend 4 days a week there?
Sure.
Mr. Carlson, I'm not a stupid lady. So he was living with you?
Yes, he was. And I was
okay, I believe that, Miss Reese.
Okay.
I believe that there came a time when he moved in with you. His clothes were there, his shoes were there, his underwear was there, his shaving equipment was there, you know, all the stuff that he needed.
The reason why he was staying with me was because we were in an accident that he was driving. It wasn't his fault. But I had a sprain to the third lumbar in my neck, and so I was only able to work part-time, and I was in a lot of discomfort, and I needed somebody there with me. He was kind enough. He stayed with me. We were in a relationship, and we were caring about each other and everything. And we were engaged to be married until we went to the jewelry store to buy a ring on a credit card that only had a $250 limit.
So?
I was under the impression that he was this very wealthy guy, and he was very flashy with a lot of money.
And then he could only buy a $250 engagement ring.
No, that was the limit on it. We were looking at a $5,000 ring.
I mean, that's why you got rid of him, because he couldn't buy you a nice engagement ring?
Well, it just started out like I would go pick him up from work, and he wasn't there, and he'd be gone for 2 or 3 days. And so I was telling him that, you know, you can do what you want because I can't control anyone. But, you know, the relationship on an intimacy level kind of ended there. So that's like probably 2-3 months into the relationship, the intimacy part was gone, and I still cared about him, but just not to that degree because I can't control him over myself.
You still have this furniture?
Yes.
Is it all paid for?
Yes.
Mr. Carlson, I don't think you have much of a case, sir.
What about all this money I've given her? I mean, you know.
Yeah, you were staying there, and if you paid for the joint living expenses and you paid part of her rent.
For 2 days?
No, I sir.
A week?
So, 2 days a week, sometimes 3 days a week, sometimes 4 days a week. What do you want me to do? I'm not going to go week by week and figure out whether you were living there 2 days a week, 3 days a week, sometimes 4 days a week, sometimes on the weekends. I don't think that that's what this was about. I think that you gave her money because she needed it at the time.
Your Honor, may I?
And you were living there, and you were involved in an intimate relationship with her.
The thing of it is, with this money that was given to her, it was all verbally agreed, hey, I'm getting a settlement. I'm getting a settlement in October, and I will pay you a lump sum of money once I get my settlement from the accident.
Did you reduce that to writing?
No, I didn't.
Why not?
Because, like I said, we were close friends. I took her word.
Close friends is not what you were.
I just don't know anyone else that would do this to me. You know, if you weren't a friend.
No, if you were a friend, you might not put it in writing, but also if you were not intimate with each other and planning on a future together, you wouldn't put it in writing because you were helping her out, and the anticipation was that you were going to be married and that she would get her settlement and be able to start contributing to the household that you were setting up. Did you write on any of those checks loan?
No, I did not.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It's really not over because he doesn't know the meaning of stop, restraining order, or leave me alone.
Anytime I ask about money, she wouldn't want to talk about it.
He's been stalking me and coming around my house and stuff. I have a restraining order that he has violated like 3 times.
She's got 3 pending lawsuits right now.
The end is the end.
Don't be good to bad people.
I just want him to leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. And life goes on.
Irene Bruce and her daughter, 17-year-old Kira Bruce, are suing 31-year-old tattoo shop owner Dave West for the cost to remove a tattoo.
What is your first name?
My name is Kira Bruce.
Kira, you are 17 years old.
Yes.
Decided you wanted a tattoo.
Correct.
You went to the defendant's tattoo parlor.
Sure.
Is that what
That's acceptable.
and presented him with a fake ID and got your tattoo.
Yes.
Then you came home and your mother had a Shrek. You know what a Shrek is? She had a fit.
Good. I thought that was a movie.
Well, somebody took the word and made a movie out of it, but she had a fit. And you and your mother are suing the defendant because your mother believes that he should pay for at least half of the cost of removing the tattoo. Is that what this case is about?
That's exactly what it's about.
Easy. I have a few questions. When did you get the tattoo, Kira?
The beginning of October.
Had you ever had a tattoo before?
I had started one a few days before I got the one at Body Bazaar, yes.
You mean you started one but didn't finish it?
Correct.
At a different tattoo parlor?
Correct.
Why didn't you finish it?
I was nervous and I just kind of got up and paid him and left.
Okay. So the beginning of October you got this tattoo. What does it say? What is it?
It's my last name. It's
Bruce?
Yes. And then
You don't have a boyfriend named Bruce?
No.
Yeah, she told us.
We don't shout out in court. Now, when you went in, did you go in alone? Were you with someone else?
I was alone.
And you saw the defendant?
Oh, I never met Dave West until it all came back with my parents.
Okay. You saw somebody else who worked in the shop?
Yes.
Is that person in court today?
Yes.
Which one? Raise your hand.
Both of them?
You. Were you the one who did the work?
Yep, did the verse tattoo on her, yes.
Okay, could you step up, please? Tell me your name.
Kevin Augustine. How you doing?
Don't ask me questions. I
Kevin
ask questions.
Augustine.
Augustine.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Augustine, when Kira came into the shop, did you ask her for identification?
Yeah, that's normal procedure.
What did you say to her?
They give us California driver's license and they fill out a consent form.
Do you have her form?
Yeah, we do.
May I have it, please?
There's two separate ones for the two different dates that she came in.
She came in on 2 dates.
2 different occasions.
So you didn't finish on the first date and she came back?
No, she started the tattoo at a tattoo studio a few doors down. Then she came to us and got the tattoo she had started at the other studio. She
Finished.
got colored in. Then about a
came
month,
back for
maybe
the
about a
second
month later, she came back in, brought the same ID, presented her ID, and got a whole nother separate tattoo.
Okay. Do you have the driver's license that you presented to the defendants when you
It was not a driver's license, it was a California ID.
California ID.
Yes, we do have that, and if you'll note, the height, the weight, and the face don't match my daughter. Also, on the consent form that she signed, the person going in actually fills out the information. On the first copy of October 1st, her date of birth is listed as 8/19/01. On the consent form dated October 3rd, it's 9/18/83.
Oh, okay.
So,
not very hard. Now, she came home to see you, and she showed you the tattoo?
No, she didn't, actually. I had been in Southern California for 9 weeks caring for my father, who just recently passed away.
Who was staying with her?
Her father and her brother. But when I returned home, my house was a shambles, you know, teenagers and a dad that eats pizza. So I happened to stroll through her room, and I looked down on the floor, and I saw a letter. It was folded, and I picked it up, and it said, "I love my tattoo," a little heart. So I thought I better read the rest of this letter. And I said, "Dear James, sorry. I hope you're not mad at me for getting another tattoo." And then I ricocheted off of the walls. And so when I picked her up from dance that evening, I confronted her about it, and she showed me these tattoos. Then after that, we went to visit the tattoo parlors.
Miss Bruce, I'm going to stop you there. When are you going to be 18, Kara?
September 3rd.
Not so far away. Do you still like your tattoos?
Yes, I do.
Now, your mother wants you to have them removed. Is that a painful procedure?
Yes.
Look, she got these false IDs. I'm not going to even ask her where she got these IDs from. She presented them. She doesn't look as if she's 12 years old. She certainly looks as if she could be over the age of 18. And as long as she acknowledges, and I have certainly here in writing, she signed, giving her consent, indicating, swearing to the fact that she was over the age of 18. Sometimes people, when they write their date of birth, transpose the current year, 01, for their actual date of birth. The answer is yes. So they did what they were supposed to do. The only one who didn't do what they were supposed to do was your daughter.
Okay.
Your daughter. And your daughter is 17. In less than a year, she's going to be 18. She's going to be of the age of majority. Why wouldn't you, instead of bringing this lawsuit against the defendants, say to your daughter, you have to accept responsibility for what you did. You either got or passed off a fake ID. You knew that you weren't supposed to do this. This is something that in our house, in any event, we would oppose, and you did it anyway. And you did it in a sneaky fashion. Now you've got these tattoos. If you want to have them removed, get a job, pay for them to have them removed when you're 18. We're not talking about a 6-year-old child. We're talking about someone who is 7 or 8 months away from being a legal adult. Why do you think that these people are responsible?
It was my understanding that she did not show an ID to Kevin, that the only person who saw her ID at any time in this tattoo parlor was an apprentice by the name of Andrew or Dave.
Doesn't make any difference, Mrs. Bruce. Someone at the tattoo parlor said to her, "Can I see your ID?" She said, "Yes, here's my ID." Then they had her fill out a form. Now, the person who actually did the tattoo didn't have to recheck, just as if you go into a hospital and you're having surgery, you go into an admitting office. In the admitting office, you fill out all kinds of forms, including consent forms. When you're laying on the operating table, the surgeon doesn't say to you, "By the way, I'd like to see your identification and fill out some forms again." They're done before, so that when you go in for the procedure, it's all finished. All that paperwork is all finished. Your daughter did the wrong thing. Do I look like I need help from you?
No.
Then why are you raising your hand?
I just wanted to add something to it. I tattooed on her also. If you look at the...
Just a minute.
Okay.
I didn't say yes.
Okay. I apologize.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Wait 10 months, and if she wants to have the tattoo removed, she'll have it removed. Don't be mad at them. You gotta be mad at her.
Bruce says Dave West owes for removing a tattoo from her 17-year-old daughter, Kira. Dave says Kira used a fake ID.
Okay. You got to put the blame where it belongs. The blame belongs with your daughter. If she had gone into that tattoo parlor and nobody said to her, "Let me see your ID," I say, "You got a case." But they asked for her ID. She had a fake ID.
That looks nothing like her, I'm sorry.
I want to tell you something. I like to look at my driver's license and say it looks nothing like me, too. I look at my passport and I say, "Who is this person?" All right? So.
But she is neither 5'3" or 100 pounds. And if
I lie on my passport, I lied on my driver's license. I've been 100 pounds now since I was 8 years old. It doesn't make any difference.
Okay.
It's her responsibility. You can't transfer that to them.
Okay.
But if she wants to take it off, let her get a job.
Okay.
Let her pay for it.
She does. Okay. The other thing, when I visited the tattoo parlor, I spoke with Kevin. We called Dave, who said if he was going to have to pay to have this tattoo removed, that he wanted the sheriff called and my daughter arrested. I did call the sheriff from the studio. There were 3 officers that were present. They did state that it was a civil matter and that we needed to resolve it between us.
Because you wanted your daughter arrested.
Don't speak to her. Look at me.
So I can't abide lies when they're presented in front of me, ma'am.
Don't
Thank
speak.
you.
I can't abide speaking out. Go ahead.
I did tell the officer that if they needed to arrest her, she needed to be responsible for her actions, and whatever their decision was, she would have to live with it. But they advised us to work it out in an amicable way. So Dave West did sign an agreement to pay half of the cost of the removal of the tattoos that were put on her body by Body Bazaar. He also requested that I obtain an estimate for the cost of the removal of the tattoos.
Just a minute.
Which I did.
You signed this on October 27th that you would help pay half the cost of removal of her tattoos? Sir, this is your
Yes,
handwriting?
basically I signed. I was forced into signing it. There's 3 cop cars in my driveway blocking my driveway to my business. She said basically that she wasn't going to leave until I signed a piece of paper saying that I would help her pay for it. I got people trying to pull in my driveway. They can't come in. I'm losing business.
Listen to me, sir. All you do is go outside and say to the police, "I have asked this woman to leave my shop. She refuses to leave my shop. She is now trespassing. Have her removed."
I wasn't aware of that. I did.
Well,
I was under a lot of stress. I had 3 cops at my business.
You may have been a lot of other stress,
but
you signed this.
Mother forcing me.
You signed this piece of paper.
I sure did, under duress. I was basically forced into it. I was under a lot of stress. I had cops at my business.
Mr. West, ignorance of the law is no excuse. I would dismiss the case. I'm telling you right now, this case would be over. I don't believe it's your responsibility. But you agreed to not pay half. It says, "I, Dave West, will help pay half of the cost of removal of the tattoos." He doesn't say he's going to pay half. He says he'll help pay half. Now, that may be semantics, but since I feel as if it's so unjust for him to pay everything, or even half, I'm going to interpret what he says based upon the exact letter of this note, which says, I will help pay half. And the total amount is a couple of $1,000. Half of that would be $1,000. So he's going to help pay half of the $1,000. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $100. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Your responsibility. Deal with it.
I still feel that he's responsible for accepting an identification that did not look anything like her.
She basically committed a crime. We were victims of it.
I wanted the tattoos.
We were a professional operation.
The tattoo should be removed.
32-year-old nurse Torasanto Robinson is suing his ex-girlfriend, 43-year-old waitress Carolyn Coleman, for unpaid credit card charges and a gas bill. Carolyn says Torasanto has already been paid.
Mr. Robinson, you claim loans to the defendant.
Yes, I do.
She says you've been paid. How do you know her?
I met Mrs. Coleman back around 97, 98. We became friends. We dated a while, and she had an excellent job. I had excellent credit. She asked me to help her out with some utility things, which I put a lot of things in my name. As time went on, she took care of everything, the credit card, the utilities.
What credit card? I didn't hear credit card.
Yes, I got her a credit card also.
Why'd you get her a credit card for?
I mean, she was a good friend, and I trusted her, and she swore she would take care of the bill, no problem, and she did for a while.
And?
And as time went on, we decided to do other things in life, and she bought a house further away from me, and I could let the card be shipped to her home.
You let the card?
Yes. I had the address changed where it would be mailed to her home. She continued to pay for a while, then as of June of this year, creditors started calling me. And around May of this year, I purchased another home for myself, and I found out that it was some utility bill that was unpaid. I went back to her and notified her of this. She took care of them all but one.
Which one didn't she take care of?
She did not take care of the gas bill.
How much is the gas bill?
It's $105.
So the gas bill is $105 that she didn't take care.
$105.17, I'm sorry.
I have a difficult time enough with math. Don't talk to me about 17 cents. $105 was the gas bill. And what about the credit cards?
The credit card bill was $1,052.71.
And you never used this card?
No, I did not.
Okay. Let me see it.
Sure. If you can see, one of the statements, it have her address on it showing that the bill was going to her, and the other one had my address because I had to call them or have it sent back to me what I know what wasn't paid.
Okay, but during all the time she had this particular credit card, the bill was sent to her?
Yes. Not in the beginning, it was coming to me. After she moved to about 130-some miles away from me, that's when we'd sit down and decide, okay, we'll let the bill come to
Go to her. And when did she move? When did you move?
I moved March of 2000.
So after March of 2000, the bills were coming to you directly on the credit card? That's easy enough to figure out. All I have to do is call the credit card company, madam.
I had the bills. I called the credit card company and have them come because he was getting all the bills, and I didn't know what was being on there or nothing.
So the bills were coming to
Yes.
you? All right. So, gas bill $105, credit card bill $1,052. Let me hear.
Okay, Your Honor, I can't believe he's doing this to me, but anyway, I paid him the money for the bills that he claimed that I didn't owe. I gave him an $800 check, and he was supposed to have paid those bills.
When?
On March the 2nd.
Judge, the $800 she gave me, that was after I tried to purchase my home, that was a Comcast cable bill that the finance company would not accept my loan for the simple fact that I had an outstanding bill for $800-some for a cable bill. I turned around, called her and told her, I cannot get a loan for my house because they got this against me. She gave me $800. I went up there and I paid Comcast cable that amount.
No.
That was
Are you
the bill.
chewing gum?
I'm sorry.
Miss Coleman?
Yes.
You used this credit card, madam. You continued to use this credit card after March of 2000.
No, ma'am.
Let me see the bills after March of 2000.
I have, from the day one I gave, this is all bills. And if she had a good job, she traveled. You look and see, you can see them all over the place.
Just one second. I just want to look after March of 2000.
I did not use the card after March.
What?
I did not use that card in March.
I said after March of 2000.
Okay, excuse me.
You want to change your answer now? No. Did you use the card after March of 2000?
No, ma'am.
I never made one purchase on that card. Not one.
What's an action draft payment? Anybody know?
I guess it was through her bank. Yes, I'm pretty sure, because she did tell me once that the bank was automatically taking it out. The credit card was automatically coming from her checking account.
Well, that was done in April. That's after March. What's Sweet Sue?
Never heard of a Sweet Sue.
Is your new address 71?
Yes, ma'am.
So this bill was sent to you, showing what the balance was on the account in April, in May, and then the balances kept growing and growing because of finance charges, and you kept receiving these bills at your new address. What did you do with them when you got them?
I rarely check the mail, so my daughter might have gotten them and put them away because she does that.
That's a lot of baloney, Miss Coleman.
Oh, no, that's the truth.
No, that's a lot of baloney, Miss Coleman. Miss Coleman, you are clearly responsible for this. The fact that your daughter put away your mail and you didn't look for it, then you're responsible for it. But don't give me a lot of baloney that you never saw these bills.
No, I didn't.
Maybe one you could miss. March, April, May, June. This is a July bill, and you just ignored it. Why did you think you could get away with this?
I wasn't trying to get away with anything.
Sure you were.
After all the thousands of dollars to him that I paid to him over the couple of years that we was together, that was...
Wait a second. Because that's what you say in your answer.
Yes.
You say in your answer, I bought him a lot of jewelry and clothes and a lot of other things in the time that we were together.
Yes.
I more than paid him back. Now you're telling me that you bought him enough things and you just chose to ignore these bills because they were on his credit card. I would like to know what your defense is.
Well, my defense is that I gave him money to pay on the bills that he claimed that I owe him.
Okay, well, that defense is clearly non-existent because if you gave him money in March of 2000, you owed a lot more money on these cards. They kept building up and building up and building up. Your daughter threw away the bill, she hid the bill, you didn't see the bill. You bought him a lot of stuff when you were together.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
All of the above.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount requested, $1,111. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think the judge was correct in awarding me this.
Well, I think he's just a money-hungry person.
You just can't go around doing this to people.
A few dollars. What's a few dollars compared to what I've given him?
I can put a price on a friendship. When my kids have to eat and I have to look like this, of course I can price it.
Look at him. That's what I gave him.
Miss Coleman said she got this when Miss Coleman met me. I looked at like this, and I will continue to look like this.
Through with it.
Just be careful. Just be careful.
Is suing his former neighbor, 27-year-old homemaker Karina Yandel, for harassment and slander. Karina is countersuing for an assault, harassment, and vandalism.
Mr. Butler, you and your family and the defendant and her family used to be neighbors.
Yes, ma'am.
While you were neighbors, it is your claim that the defendant harassed and defamed both your family and your son.
And assault.
And assault. And you want to be compensated. The defendant says that after a series of drive-by shootings, she contacted the police. And after she contacted the police, you harassed her, assaulted her, and caused some damage to her property. How long had you been neighbors?
Possibly 4 years. I've been living in my residence for 4 years now.
How long were you living in the
I
neighborhood?
moved in there January of 1999, and he moved in there probably a year following.
A year after? You were there first?
Yes, ma'am.
So you weren't there for 4 years?
Possibly 4 years, July of 99.
July of 99 is not 4 years. She was there first?
Yes.
Okay. How many people in your family?
Family of 5.
You?
My wife and 3 kids.
How old are your children?
Son is 15. I have another daughter is 13. Greenwich is 12.
Okay. Before this incident, had you had any difficulty with each other?
No.
Gotten along okay?
Well, we just never was around each other to get along or not get along. I just, I knew the type of person people they were, so I just kind of stayed my distance.
I'd like to speak on that. Basically, I would walk up and down the street to get my daughter from the bus stop from school, and he would always be outside with a bunch of people. This was a daily thing. He used to say hi to me. I used to say hi to him, too. As for him saying the type of person I was...
I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
You said hi, so there were no problems.
No.
No problem, ma'am.
What happened in September of 2001? Because I assume that that's what precipitated this problem.
On September 20th, at about 2 o'clock...
in the afternoon?
Yes. Ralph came to my door, knocking at the door, says, I want to talk to Rod, which is my fiance. And then I said, okay, and then I went and got him. He came to the door. He goes, I want to talk to you, not your wife. He was like really, really like, I could tell something was wrong. And so he stepped to the door, and then he went outside and he closed the door behind him. So I was inside and I was listening from the inside, and I could hear him yelling and getting really loud and rude with Rod, saying that your wife turned my stepson into the police saying he's selling drugs out of my house. And then when he said that, then I opened the door and I told him, you know, Rob, you need to get your story straight before you come down here threatening me. I said, none of that is true.
There had been a problem in the neighborhood with some shootings?
Yes. What happened with that was right across the street from his house, there was a lot of drug members hanging out selling drugs, and there was a lot of drive-bys that started occurring, and this was about 8 months ago.
Well, that had nothing to do with him. This was across the street from his house.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what happened was right, like side to side, on the same sidewalk area, my son was at the park in the sandbox. The first drive-by was about like 12 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. And my son was out there when this happened. And my daughter comes running inside the house telling me, Mommy, they're shooting out there. And then I came out there, and then my son was laying down in the sand because he was scared, you know. He didn't want to get shot. And so then after that, there was about 3 or 4 more shootings within like a 2 weeks time period. There was 3 within 3 days. So every time that the police would come to check out the area, all these guys would run into the back of the carports, which lead into the back doors of the townhouses across the street from his house. So what I did was, my fiance and I, we walked down to speak to the officers. And we asked them if we could speak to them privately so we could kind of give them a feel out of who these people were to try and get this stuff resolved. So what happened from there was, when he came to my door that day on September 20th, he says, I'm not a punk B. You're not going to get away with this, you snitch. And he goes, the only reason you're saying anything to me right now is because Rod, which is my fiance, and my best friend Jeff, we were all there together. And he goes, that's why you're only saying anything. He goes, but you wait until you go walking down the street to get your daughter, you're going to get yours. And then he goes, snitches don't live long. And he takes off down the street really mad. Then he comes back about 5 minutes later with another guy that is a known drug dealer over there. He comes back up and he goes, you mother effers, snitches get stitches and they don't live long. And then the police showed up. And then they took my police report, which I have right here, and I stated everything that he said to me when he came to my door, that he threatened me.
I'd like to see them, please, Byrd. What made you believe, sir, that the defendant had accused your son of doing anything?
Yeah, because, Judge, she was stopping the little kids in the neighborhood, asking the kids what was going on down under the tree down there. She was spreading rumors to the little kids, harassing the kids, saying that me and my son was selling drugs.
Ma'am, that's not true.
No, no, no. I don't think that that's true, sir.
Well, that's true.
No, I don't think that that's true. She may have been inquiring about what was going on
And she's
there.
up here babbling about drive-bys and whatever. I wasn't in none of those cars. I'm no drug dealer. You know, I haven't shot at nobody.
She
I haven't
never
ran in nobody's house.
accused you, from what she says, and I believe her. She never accused you of doing anything. She said that the drugs were being sold from a location across the street from your house.
Well, Judge, it says right there in her claim, it says that I'm a violent drug dealer and I threatened her life. That wasn't said.
If you'd like me to speak on that, I would love to.
Sure.
Okay, the fact of him selling drugs, I have a lady friend that walks through the neighborhood going down the street to the local store.
Did she buy some drugs from me?
Excuse me.
Did she buy drugs from me?
Mr. Butler, Mr. Butler, don't speak yet. You'll get a chance.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyways, the lady's husband would always come by, and he was like a real skinny drug addict. He would walk by to his house, come in, be there for like maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then split, be gone. And this man was continually going there, getting whatever he had to do.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Ralph Butler says his former neighbor, Karina Yandel, has accused him of being a drug dealer and on a separate occasion assaulted him with pepper spray. Karina denies making false accusations and claims the pepper spray was in self-defense.
Let's go back a moment. So he's outside talking to your fiancé, Rob. You hear him make these comments about snitches get stitches.
Yes.
You call the police and make a report. What happened after the police report?
The next day, my friend, which is my witness, Vicky Burciaga, she came over, and we were going to go walking down the street around the corner.
By my house.
Yes, by his house. I walked on the other side of the street, but before I did that, I told her the situation, and I told her that he threatened, you know, really violent threats. So what I did was I had her carry some pepper spray, and I carried pepper spray. And I'm not going to lie about it. I had her carry a bat, which was out of sight, in case he approached me, which, in good thing, I did that. So we went to lunch. We went around the corner, had some Chinese food. He wasn't outside when I walked by the first time, on the other side of the street. So then when I come back by, he's sitting outside on his ice chest.
Now, when you walked back from lunch, were you walking back from lunch on the other side of the street?
Other side of the street, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
No, that's a lie.
Mom,
that's a lie.
I mean,
Just a minute. We're going to come back
Judy.
in a second. Go ahead.
Okay. Anyways, I was on the other side of the street, and before I even got anywhere in front of his house, he seen me coming, and he started going off, just cussing and calling me all kinds of names. You better not come near me, I'll kill you, and just really like trying to be verbal. There was that teenage boy standing next to him. He says to the kid, go get Pam, which is about 2 or 3 houses from his house. Well, Pam steps outside, and she says, why are you threatening us with mace and a bat and asking all the little kids around here who's selling drugs? And I said, you know what, Pam? I said, Pam, that isn't true. And I said, what happened was Ralph came down and threatened to kill me yesterday. And right at that time, Ralph picked up this wooden table I have a picture of, and he picked it up above his head like this, and he called me a white Ku Klux Klan, Nazi FMB. And he went like this to throw it at me. And right when he did that, I maced him as much as I could. And I turned around and started running.
So you maced him?
So I maced him, and when he threw that table, the table hit me lightly right here as I was turning to run. And then I started running, and I looked back, and he was coming, and he picks up this metal chair right here. He picks up this metal chair to throw at me, and I remember screaming, no, Ralph, and I kept running, and I fell down. And then I got back up, and I also had my dog on a leash with me.
That's how she got your scars, you know.
Just a minute. You took your dog in to eat Chinese food?
No, he stayed outside. There's a tree like in the parking lot, and I had him on his leash, and he was tied to the tree.
You left the dog tied on a tree while you went in and had lunch?
Yeah. Well, if you've seen the area, you'd understand.
She premeditated. It's premeditated, Your Honor. She had, in fact, wanted to come down there and pepper spray me at that time.
Mr. Butler, I'm going to come back to you. I guarantee it.
Your Honor.
I'm just asking some questions.
Lying.
Mr. Butler.
Yes. I'll be good. I'm cool.
Your Honor, to tell you the truth, this neighborhood is known as the ghetto. To tell you the truth.
I don't care what it's known as.
So that's why I
took
took
my
my dog
dog
to
tied to a tree while you went inside and had lunch.
Because he goes everywhere with me. It was, and plus the fact that, you know, in case anything happened
All right,
to me,
so
you know,
you
some
walked
sort of
down
security.
the street, you had your dog in your arms, he picked up something, he yelled, Ralph, don't do that,
Yeah.
whatever.
And then I made it to my house and I called 911 and the police arrived about 30 minutes later.
So that's the assault you're talking about in your counterclaim?
Yeah.
Now the assault you're talking about in your claim, just pay attention, you're not listening, Mr. Butler. The assault you're talking about is being maced.
Yes.
Do either of you have any medical bills as a result of these 2 assaults?
No. It was just washing my eyes out at the hospital, going through all the drama, you know, just basically trying to hold my head up after letting this lady do something like that to me, you know.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you to tell me, Mr. Butler, she's coming down the street with her friend.
Yes.
And when you first saw her, on which side of the street was she? Your side of the street or the other side?
She walked right by my house, just like it was a thing to do.
In front of your house?
In front of my house, it wasn't even 5 feet, you know, it was just right there.
Okay, and you're sitting outside?
Yes. Well, at that point, Karina...
She's walking by?
Walked by, she went to the store. She must have stayed at the store about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. She came back by, and at that time, I was sitting on the porch. She crossed the street and walked right in front of me. And I can't say what she told me, but she gave me a unpleasant gesture and told me I was lying. That's what she called me. That's her favorite word when she get mad.
That's not true.
So she walks over next door and knocked on the door. So she's trying to clarify and make them think that, oh, I'm lying about her calling all us. But as soon as, well, that's what she said.
Right now, you're on your porch.
Yeah.
And she's not on your porch.
She's not on my porch.
When did you come off your porch?
When she started pointing at me, cussing me out, I came off my porch and walked over across it.
Where did you walk across to?
Right next door to my house. And
so you walked up to her?
No, I didn't walk up to her. The lady, my neighbor, was standing right here. She maybe be standing on this side over here. I was talking to Pam, and Steve arguing back and forth. And next thing I know, this lady said, you know what, and shh, and started spraying me. And yes, I did pick up a table, quite big table. And my intention was to bust her in the head with it. But I couldn't see. I was blinded by the pepper spray. I could not see. If I could have seen, I would have continued that. You know, that's self-defense in my book. When you leave your house with a baseball bat, a dog, and some pepper spray, that's premeditated. I didn't do anything to this lady to make her want to do that.
Considering that the day before you had had somewhat of a confrontation with the plaintiff, why did you choose to arm yourself with a bat and 2 things of pepper spray and walk right by his house, not once, but twice?
Premeditated.
Hey! Do I look like I need your help?
No.
Explain that to me.
Okay, ma'am. The simple fact why I did was because my daughter, she always comes right at the end of our street right here to the bus stop. The fact
You weren't going to pick up your daughter, you were going to eat Chinese food.
I know that. But if I wasn't going to eat the Chinese food, I would have been walking down there to pick up my daughter from the bus stop anyways.
Listen, one thing is necessary to go and pick up your child, and one thing is choice.
Yeah, I made the choice. Maybe I made the wrong choice, but...
You sure did. And you anticipated trouble. First of all, Mr. Butler, you were wrong to go down to her house and have this confrontation with either her or her fiancé or her husband or whoever it was, because I don't think you had all your facts straight. Yeah. Now, from what I gather, she was trying to find out so that she could tell the police who was selling drugs on her block so that she would be safe from these shootings that were happening. Because that's why...
I would like to be safe, too.
Just a minute. And my sense is she was asking around children in the neighborhood, what do you know about drugs being sold and from where? You told me that. She was asking, which, you know, is kind of gutsy. Most people, when they're faced with that kind of situation, they don't ask any questions. They say, I better stay in my house and keep my doors locked. But you got annoyed that she was poking her nose around, which was the wrong thing to do on your part. She wasn't doing
But I didn't break any laws. She did when she pepper sprayed me.
Just a second. That's not true, sir. If you went up to her house and said, snitches get stitches, that is breaking the law.
That's not what I said, Your Honor.
I would like you to tell me, Mr. Butler, and think very carefully, sir. What did you say to her fiancé when you came to the house that afternoon in September?
I was attempting to talk to him like man to man.
No, don't attempt to. What did you say to him?
I asked him, why is his wife going around spreading rumors like that about what we're doing down there in my house? She just said that we were selling drugs. I asked him, why is she going around spreading those rumors?
Who had told you that she said you were selling drugs out of your house?
The kids in the neighborhood. She was stopping them, asking them, was I selling drugs down at my residence?
So she was asking them. She wasn't telling them. Okay, so you asked them, and then what happened?
And me and him didn't get a chance to finish the conversation because it took both her husband and her friend or whatever to hold her. She was going to attack me, calling me. She said she's tired of living around all you drug dealing, and she wished we all just move. I said, well, if you have a problem with black folks, why are you still living in the neighborhood? You know, I said, somebody holding you? And I left. I turned around and walked off. I was this, that, and he couldn't do nothing with her. He trying to hold her to keep her in the house. She was physically trying to attack me.
That's not true.
You know?
Okay, let me stop. I think that you made a mistake, Mr. Butler, when you went down to the house and tried to confront people without getting all the facts. If you believe that the defendant is a hothead, I certainly would have made other arrangements to speak to the fiancé. But
that's what
I think that she certainly has the right, living on that block, to go around and ask a lot of questions to find out who's selling drugs in that neighborhood, which is causing an element to come onto that block, which is endangering everybody, including children. That's not accusing you. That's asking a question. If you don't like the question, that's too bad. But she has absolutely no right to arm herself and her friend with mace and a baseball bat, and the day after this confrontation, go walk down your block. Well, she said she was carrying a dog. Couldn't have been a huge dog.
Are you big enough to bite?
How big a dog?
A dog, he had 50-some teeth in his mouth, big enough to bite out, you know?
How big a dog?
A dog. It's not, you know, it's not no poodle. He was a dog.
Not a poodle?
No.
Okay. I find that you put yourself in harm's way by being stupid enough right after this altercation to walk by, arm yourself, looking for trouble, go out to eat, come back in the same direction, pass by his house, cross over to his side of the street. I mean, you're just looking for trouble. And you found it. You looked for trouble and you found it. You started...
Might I add one thing?
No, does it sound like you're losing?
Well, no, I just want to say one word.
No.
Huh?
I talk.
Okay.
Do you allow your wife to talk?
Yeah, I don't control my wife. She does what she pretty much wants to do.
Yeah, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. You had no right
I know.
to spray him in the face. He has to be compensated for that civilly if that's what he wants. Now,
That's
some
what
of
I
that
want.
has to be mitigated because, Mr. Butler, I believe that you got a little hot under the collar.
Yeah, but can I explain one thing to you?
I don't want you to explain anything to me. I want you to listen.
Yeah.
You got hot under the collar.
Very hot.
Right.
Yes.
before you got sprayed with the mace?
No.
Sure you did. You were hot when you came down there to talk to her friend.
But I didn't go to her residence. She came to mine.
No. No. She didn't, Mr. Butler. You were sitting on your porch when she walked by. You went over towards Pam's house, where she was, and the two of you started talking. Now, your wife is sitting there, and she looks like a very nice lady, and she's nodding her head up and down. You got hot. That doesn't excuse getting maced in the face. Doesn't excuse that at all. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. Your counterclaim's dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
You're going to stand in front of the 90% black neighborhood and call everybody. You expect to get what you got coming to you.
Ralph, you didn't deserve...
36-year-old homemaker Sherry Norris and her boyfriend, James LeLumiere, are suing Sherry's mother, 52-year-old phone operator Paula Rabator, for unpaid rent and living expenses. Paula has a separate lawsuit against the couple for the return of her property.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Miss Norris, this is your mother.
It is.
This is your boyfriend.
Yes.
You claim that your mother owes you for rent during the time she lived with you.
Yes.
When did your mother come to live with you?
Sometime early in mid-November. I'm sorry.
Questions are going to get harder.
I'm just nervous. Around mid-November last year of 2000.
And under what circumstances did she come to live with you?
Shortly before, less than 2 weeks, she'd been evicted from yet another apartment, and she called me very upset because she was stranded with no place to go. So, again, I let her live with me.
And she had stayed with you before, I assume?
Yes, several times before. I've helped her.
What was the financial arrangement, if there was one?
That she would agree to pay $50 a week if she was responsible for her other expenses, her personal things, doing her own laundry. I have washer dryer. If she was going to take care of all that out of the house, then it would only be $50. I have 3 floors in my apartment. The 3rd floor, she had all of that for her. There was two rooms with full closets. She had, you know, a good amount of space.
And your mother agreed to pay you $50 a week?
Yes, at least.
Is that right?
Yes.
And you say that she did not pay you the $50 a week?
No, she was with us for around 10 months. During that time, we got at most $200 in total from my mother. Not only, that's not just cash, we got one payment in the form of a scratch ticket that she had won. And after a period of time, she just said right out that she wouldn't leave and she wasn't going to give us any money anymore either.
All right, let me hear you.
I moved in there on the 28th of October. We agreed on $50 a week. Mr. LeLumiere told me at that time $50 a week would only allow me a room or the rooms. I wasn't allowed to use the phone, watch television, or eat any of the food in the house. I'm a tea drinker. I bought my own tea, sugar, and milk. I ate at the local pizza parlors and the little variety store at a cost of $80 to $90 a week to myself. I bought my own cigarettes and liquids outside of my tea, and they never bought any of my necessaries, and I wanted nothing of them, Judge Judy, at all.
I'm asking you about the $50 a week you're supposed to pay.
I paid them. I have, where I worked at Dunkin' Donuts, and I was on unemployment when I moved in, I didn't ask Sherry for receipts, or I didn't give a receipt because she's my daughter. I have accounted for, financially, $1,150 that I did at different points give her altogether.
The only she paid was a $50 money order
and
a scratch ticket and the 3 receipts from the landlord. That is the only money that Miss Rabator has ever given us in the time she has lived with us. She has been supplied with food. She has snuck down in the middle of the night, taken food up to her rooms. She has ravaged the house.
Judge Judy, I lived with my daughter and Mr. LeLumiere for 10 months. Not once in the 10-month time did Sherry or Jim ever speak to me.
So why didn't you leave?
I tried to get jobs while I lived there. My daughter blackballed me out of jobs. People would call there, and Sherry would say nasty, dirty things about me to companies or places that I was trying to get employment. So I wasn't really working other than a $6 under-the-table job at 15 hours a week.
Did you live with your mother until you were how old?
15, I left home.
You were 15?
I was 15 when I left home because I had abusive parents. At 17 was the first time my mother stayed with me because
She had been evicted at that time. She stayed with me for a short period of time when I was just a teenager. For all of these years, I have helped her. This is the third time she's lived with me, at least. And every time it ends terribly.
Well, tell me how it
makes
ended.
me hesitant to help her any further, but I do, because she's my mother. I do. She's whispering things over here, being taunting.
Shh! Don't speak. How old are your children?
12 and 13.
And they live with you as well?
Yes.
Does your mother have, to the best of your knowledge, any particular problem that causes this eviction from one apartment to another apartment? Has she ever had any psychiatric treatment?
It's not just apartments that she continuously gets evicted from. She can't keep jobs either.
I'm asking you about any psychiatric disability.
Yes, when we were children, my brother and sister and I, when she was with her first husband, she was getting psychiatric treatment at the time. I was young. I didn't pay much attention. My brother actually had brought it to my attention recently. He reminded me of that. And at some point after she and my father split up, she and her first husband, he was not my biological father, she stopped getting any sort of, I don't know if she's on medication. She never has continued counseling or medications. And yes, I know that is greatly to do with why she can't hold jobs and she can't keep apartments, because she can't maintain relationships of any kind. I am her oldest child. She was a teenage mother when she had me. The last words my mother has spoken to me since she left my apartment was that she's regretted this since the day that I was born. And I am the only person that has helped her since I was 17 years old. She's from a family of 10. She has 9 brothers and sisters, and they won't help her. I have a younger brother and a younger sister. They won't help her. I have helped her over and over again since I was a teenager myself.
So,
and this is what happened.
Miss Norris, let me ask you this question. I know you're upset.
Because it's my mother.
I gotcha.
She's supposed to be the mother, not me.
You know, sometimes roles change when you don't want them to.
But when it's hurtful over and over again, that doesn't bother me, taking care of her and help her. I knew she needed it, and I didn't have a problem doing it repeatedly. The only reason that she was even in the home is because she's my mother. I mean, Jim didn't know her anything. I didn't really either, but nobody
What
else would
happened,
help
Miss
her.
Norris? Listen, let you compose yourself for a minute.
Thank you.
Sherry Norris says her mother, Paula Rabator, owes for unpaid rent and living expenses. Sherry says she's been burned before by her mother.
Miss Norris, after 10 months, your mother left your house. Had you had a fight?
There had been a fight, well, not a fight. Oh, yeah, it was. Actually, it started over money. When she first came, she had no job. She'd just been fired from a job. Animosity was created when she was asked when she was going to start paying. She said she wanted to take time off, and it was just before the holidays last year. She had just gotten fired. She'd just gotten evicted. She said she needed time to recover. And with the holidays, I thought, okay, you know, it's not a problem. It'd be hard to find employment anyway right now. So that was not a problem. And then she did get a job while she was collecting unemployment from another state. That's another character point of hers, using different names.
Tell me what happened at the end, Miss Norris.
Okay, lots of stuff happened in between. She was a terrible example for my kids, my daughters. The things that she says and the way that she talks, my kids were just, their chins hitting the floor with the vulgar language that she uses, not just profanity, just very sexually oriented things and just other totally bizarre things that she did. She had a small bird. She believed one of my children was responsible for killing it. So she nailed the dead little bird to her bedroom door with a note telling my daughters to stay out. That's how she is. And my children even think they said when they left the room, the bird was fine. They believe she did it herself. This is where her mental illness comes in.
You did it, made your kids think it was me.
This is where her mental illness comes in.
But I wouldn't hurt my birds.
She threw them out the window, all of them having been pets caged for 5 years. They can't fly. And she threw them out the window the day she was leaving. That's how much she loved her birds. I thought she loved them too. But when she did it, she made sure she came downstairs to tell me she had just thrown her birds out the window. 3 of them I never saw again. 1 of them hit the ground because she was so weak. I still have her. It was my neighbor that, this is her act.
Just a second.
Please, understand that.
Miss Norris. Miss Norris.
I know, I'm missing the point. This is getting distracting.
Okay, it's getting distracting.
But
But let's get back
No, anyway,
to
so the point, at the time that I needed to ask her to leave, she was not paying any money. I forgot exactly what happened, but I said, that's it. Jim asked her for me, because I had a hard time with this because of the whole situation.
All right, so it got difficult.
It got very difficult. She came to me, Jim had gone to her work one day and said, you need to leave. And she came home that Saturday from work and said, you know, well, she didn't listen to anything he said. She just thought he was the biggest jerk in the world. So she came to me, and she says, I never talked to her. She asked me, is it true? Do I need to leave? I said, yes. She said, why? I said, because, Ma, you've been here for nearly a year. You have accomplished nothing. So I just said, it's just not working. It's just not doing any good, Ma. I think you could stay here for another 5 years, and it would still be the same. You'd still be right where you are, not a dime in your pocket, nothing, and no job. So enough is enough, that's it. I said my children are leaving the long Labor Day weekend with their father. I didn't want them there when she was moving because I knew she would cause a scene. So I said that I would give her that 4-day weekend with my car to remove herself and her belongings. Well, that Saturday, she came back to me crying, saying, I need help, I know I need help, I've needed help for a long time, and that's what I spent all week doing. I wasn't at a job interview the other day, I was at the emergency room at the hospital because I know I need help, and can't you just let me have the time to get help, Sherry? And so I said, fine. And then I talked to Jim, and I said, well, my mother's not moving out this weekend.
Ultimately, she moved out when?
The following week, even.
Okay.
She even had more time, and the day that she moved out, it was because we got legal papers in the mail. We received notices in the mail that she was taking us to court. Said, forget it. Forget it. Why are you doing this?
Why was she taking you to court?
It was a charge.
Threat to commit a crime. The threat was taking legal action to have her evicted from the apartment.
If that was necessary, because she said, I'm not leaving, I don't care what you say. He said, if I have to take you to court,
So she filed a complaint of threat against you, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you told her, you managed to find your way to the courthouse, now you can find yourself a new apartment.
That is correct.
Well, okay. He came home from work, and I actually, over the weekend, I said, my mother talked to me, I'm going to let her stay, because ultimately, for me, I have been dealing with this sort of thing for my children are petrified of her. Nobody will do it.
Okay, all right, stop.
I know you want a cathartic event.
If my mother can be normal one day, that's all I've wanted half my life, and if we have to bite our tongues and deal with it a little more, for her to get help, fine.
May never happen.
I stand there, I can't even believe it.
All right, Ms.
I don't
Rapaport,
think so.
listen to me. You left your daughter's house.
Oh, could I?
Just a minute. Your claim is that she either kept or destroyed some of your property.
Yes, it is.
Before we get to your claim, I want to know why you filed a complaint against your daughter's boyfriend.
Mr. Leloup, Sherry, like I said, Sherry doesn't talk to me and hasn't talked to me for quite a while.
Just tell me what caused you to file the complaint against him.
He was threatening me.
What did he say?
He just kept threatening me to not touch anything, get out of the house, we don't want you here, leave this house, don't eat, don't watch TV, don't do anything, get out, get out, get out. So to me that was threatening because of circumstances.
Because of circumstances? Well, it's not legally threatening.
But then I accused...
It's not legally threatening.
No, it wasn't legally threatening.
So then what did you go to the courts for?
It would have become threatening, Judge Judy, at a point.
No.
Yes,
you don't go to the court. Listen, you don't go to a court if you think it might become, in some later date, threatening.
And Judge...
What?
I've already been in front of a judge 4 different times for this very same issue.
What issue?
Her belongings.
Her counterclaim.
Her counterclaim?
Yes.
And what happened with those cases?
Well, I first received a call from the clerk asking
just a minute.
me...
Do you have...
Yeah, we have
legal documents.
We have supporting papers of all of this.
Can I see it, please?
And
Were you at any time ordered to return any of her property?
Yes, and I did.
Just a minute.
And
have
she
you
did
been
not
to court, Ms. Rapaport,
take a thing
on the same issue as your counterclaim, the property?
Yes.
Then you had your day in court. I don't deal with that.
Your Honor, the judge wouldn't hear it. Sherry said that everything was her belongings, and he wouldn't hear it.
It wasn't supposed to be a housing court issue, and they told her that, but because it was presented in front of the housing court judge, he dealt with it.
And what was the order? Do you have the order?
To return her belongings to her, or I would be thrown in jail in 7 days. My issue is that it isn't all hers. I'm not giving her my belongings.
I can understand why no judge is going to hear this.
I pointed out that a lot of it was petty.
A bread box, house plants.
Those were returned to me.
Good.
I have the items that weren't returned.
She states that there's a 6-foot buffet that was hers, and it was not hers. It was never hers, and I have a statement from my landlord, who is an antique collector, stating
Just
that...
one second.
for the
Just one
10
second. Is the main thing you want this antique buffet?
No, Judy.
Well, what do you want?
I want to be able to get my belongings and go on with my life.
Listen to me.
I've worked
I'm
Judge Judy,
asking
for 20 years for all of this.
Miss Rapporteur,
I bought everything.
Clay, listen to me very carefully. You had access to the house, and some of the stuff you removed, and some of the stuff she sent over. I'm speaking. Some of the stuff, according to your papers and hers, she sent over to your other daughter-in-laws. I'm going to give you an opportunity to present to me a receipt for this buffet.
It was from my mother-in-law, Judge Judy. She gave me the buffet and a hutch to match.
I don't know that.
No, and the landlord doesn't know that either.
Listen to me, Ms. Rapporteur. The burden is on you to prove to me that anything on your list is your property. And the way to do that is with receipts.
Judge Judy, she kept all of my legal papers and all my legal documents. She kept all my phone numbers, address books, and everything. I have no proof of anything because Sherry has it.
If you have no proof, then I can't help you. Do you have, Ms. Norris, any documents in your house? I'm not talking about receipts or papers, but any documents in your house that your mother left there that you did not bring over to your sister-in-law's house?
Yes, I will give those back to her. Once all this court stuff is done,
No,
I will give them back to her.
Listen to me. They're her documents. Yeah. Anything that is her document is to be turned over to her within 5 days. Now, is there anything else? She said there was a computer. Did you return that to her?
Yes.
The computer was returned to you.
No hard drives or a power cord.
All right, good. That takes care of your counterclaim. Within 5 days, all of her papers, documents,
I have pictures of the items that are on that list.
Put it down.
Judge Judy?
This
What?
is my
For one-
Woonsocket
Put it down.
apartment, Judge Judy.
The apartment that she was evicted from in Woonsocket, that landlord kept most of her belongings.
No, he didn't,
Well, that may
Sherry.
be the pictures.
Those belongings come to me as soon as I have a place to bring them to. And I can get my
Ms. Norris,
landlord to
listen
vow
to
to
me
that.
very carefully. Just taking care of the counterclaim.
Okay, but
I want you to listen. Ms. Rapporteur, I honestly believe that you probably need some professional help. You are a grown woman, you are a mature woman, and clearly your life has been a series of ups and downs. Oh, she's leaving. Your mother is leaving. She probably could use a little bit of professional help. In any event, she was here, she subjected herself to the jurisdiction of the court. Your mother acknowledges, based upon her own figures, that she owes you at least $1,050. I don't believe she paid you
No, she did not.
$1,150, but you don't have records. She doesn't have records. So I'm awarding you on your claim $1,050 for back rent. As far as her counterclaim is concerned, it is absolutely impossible to determine who owns 3 baskets. So just make sure she gets all of her documents back, and that will be done within 5 days. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
This girl's been beating me up since she was 12 years old, and she beat me up 5 years ago and put me in a hospital.
Is suing 21-year-old waiter Melvin Marshall.
And you offered to give Malcolm a ride home.
Yes.
Got out into the parking lot, there was an altercation, and you say that the defendant is responsible for vandalism of your car that occurred during this altercation.
Yes.
Is this Malcolm?
Yes.
Perfect. Step up. What date did this happen?
September 29th of 2001.
And who did you go to the club with?
I went with Malcolm and also another student named Tom.
3 of you went in your car?
Yes.
And what happened with Malcolm in the club?
I did not witness anything that happened in the club.
What happened, Malcolm, in the club?
Nothing happened in the club. Everything happened as the club was letting out.
Well, what happened as the club was letting out?
Well, I was leaving. I had seen a female, whatever. She was attractive, so.
Stand up straight. And talk to me directly.
All right.
You saw a female that looked attractive.
Yeah, so I approached her or whatever, and I guess it must have been one of the defendant's friends, girlfriend or something.
What did you say to her?
Well, I just said, what's up, you know what I'm saying?
A Valentine.
I just said, what's up, you know, stop, talk to her, you know. And I guess that was her boyfriend. He just went through this whole episode of outrageous.
What did he say?
He didn't say really much. It was just like, ooh, he made some faces and like he was really mad or whatever, you know. So I had left it at that or whatever. And we had went on to the car and...
Okay. What time had you arrived at the club that evening? Don't look at her. You tell me.
Around 11 or 12 or something.
And what time did you all leave?
I think the club let out probably 3 or 4.
They serve alcohol at this club?
They do.
And when you went out to the car, where were you seated in the car?
I was in the front passenger seat.
Now tell me what happened next.
There was a police block up ahead, so all the cars were basically at a halt.
Police?
It was a police block. Like, the police were searching the cars as they were leaving the area of the club. And I seen the defendant and some of his friends leaning against the car. The defendant...
Leaning against which car?
It was a gold car.
Not your car?
No, not my car.
Okay.
No, that's a lie.
I'll go get to you, okay? Go ahead.
The defendant pointed at Malcolm, and after that, another guy came through my sunroof and began to hit and kick Malcolm. Was about 4 other guys, including the defendant, came through the passenger side window and was hitting and kicking Malcolm also.
How could 4 people come through the window?
They were through the 2 passenger side windows because there was also another guy in the back, and they were hitting on him too.
So somebody else came through the sunroof?
Yes.
Wasn't the defendant?
No, it wasn't the defendant.
Go ahead, let me hear.
I got out of the car frantically. I got back inside of the car, and I got ready to pull off, and the other student was pulled out the back window, and they began hitting him.
You mean the one in the back seat?
Yes. I drove forward, and police were about 500 feet ahead. We spoke with an officer. They went looking. They didn't find anybody, so they told us to go down to the police station and fill out a report. I have the report, and I also have pictures and an estimate.
Now, of all the people that were involved in coming over to your car, how many of them did you know by name?
I knew 2 by name.
Which 2?
Melvin and also another student named Marco.
What did Marco do?
He was the one that came through my sunroof.
What damage was done to the car?
It was about 7 dents. 3 on the passenger side, 3 on the roof of my car, and then 1 on the trunk.
Do you know what damage the defendant caused to your car?
Yes.
What damage?
There were dents on the side, on the passenger side where he was, and also there were dents on the trunk.
No, that's a lie. She keep telling such lies on me. I can't.
You have to, because it's not your turn.
Go ahead.
When it comes to your turn, you can speak. Okay? Malcolm!
Yes.
Did you throw a liquor bottle out the car window?
Yes, I did.
You know how I knew that? I looked in my crystal ball. What kind of liquor bottle did you throw out of the car window, Malcolm?
It was a fifth of Hennessy.
Is there any reason why you threw it out of the car window?
Yeah, because I believe it was this gentleman. They went, once him and his friends or whatever, they approached the car or whatever, they were telling me to get out or whatever. I wasn't getting out, and one of them swung, you know what I'm saying? And I hit the fifth, so I threw it out there, you know.
So you threw out the bottle of Hennessy, and they were actually standing right near the car?
No, I threw it out after one of the men had swung at me.
Well, you were sitting in the car.
Yeah.
So he must have been close enough to swing at you.
Yeah.
And in response, you threw the bottle out of the car?
Yes.
A fight in a nightclub parking lot. Melvin Marshall damaged her car. Melvin says Monique's friend threw a bottle of Hennessy at him.
All right, Mr. Marshall. Now, see, because patient people always get rewarded, Mr. Marshall, I want to hear your version of the events.
Okay, we were at the club one Saturday night. The defendant was hollering at my homeboys.
Now listen to me. I want you to speak slowly, speak clearly, so that I can understand you. And I want to tell you, I'm going to give you a clue. I'm older than 21, but I don't always get the vernacular, the language. So I don't understand homeboy. I understand friend, you know, buddy. All right? And I know you can do it.
Well, he was hollering at my buddies.
He was what?
He was talking to my buddy's girlfriend.
Yes! See, you made it so that we could understand each other. Go.
He was talking to my buddy's girl at the club, right? My buddy didn't like it, so he got upset. So he was talking to him. I guess they got into a confrontation, argument outside the club. The club was over with. It just let out. Monique, plaintiff, she left.
left the club. I guess they had a roadblock or something up the street. So they came back through. When they came,
What do you mean they came back through?
I mean, they had to, I guess she didn't have license or insurance, so she couldn't get through. I don't know.
Whatever. So she went
Yeah.
out.
Your Honor, that's not true.
Just a second. So she went out and then they came back?
Yeah, they came back.
Okay.
When they came back, plaintiff was running off at the mouth, calling me.
Who, the plaintiff was?
I mean,
She was?
Malcolm.
Malcolm isn't the plaintiff. Malcolm was a witness.
Oh, the witness.
Okay, he was running
he was
off
running
at
off
the
at the
mouth.
mouth, calling.
At you?
Using profane language.
At you?
At all of us.
At all. I believe that.
He was. You want me to tell you what he said?
Yes.
He called. You ain't no good, and all that, you know. So I took it personally.
This Malcolm?
This Malcolm.
That's not true.
This Malcolm.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay.
Sure
so
it is.
When they came back through, he threw a bottle.
He threw a bottle?
He threw a bottle. I wasn't involved in the confrontation that he had with my buddy. I wasn't involved in it. But when he threw the bottle, it hit me. Basically, that was it.
No. We haven't got the car yet. So
That
what
was
happened?
it. He,
just a second. Look at me.
She pulled up in the car, right? Okay.
Okay, he throws the bottle.
He throws
now,
the bottle.
And hits you. Now you're involved.
I'm involved. Yeah.
What was the next thing that happened?
Punches were thrown.
How were punches thrown?
I guess he got in an argument with my buddy, right? So I
Now,
guess
somebody had to approach the car. Who approached the car?
my buddy approached the car.
And what about you?
I was standing next to him.
So you approached the car too?
Yeah.
I don't want to have to play guessing games with you. You and your buddy approached the car.
Yeah.
Did you try to hit him?
No, ma'am.
What were you doing at the car?
I approached the car because my buddy, they were having another conversation, talking to each other, you know.
Who dragged the passenger in the rear out of the car?
Who dragged him out?
Yeah.
I don't know who dragged him out.
Well, you were with a bunch of people.
It was so many people out there, Your Honor. It was about 10 or 15 people.
It wasn't you who jumped on the top of the car, is that right?
No, ma'am.
According to you, somebody also spilled liquid in the car, is that
Yes.
right? That was the person who was on the sunroof.
Yes.
You have damages for that too?
Yes.
That wasn't me, Your Honor.
Just a second.
No, alcohol was thrown from the passenger side. It didn't come in through the sunroof. It was thrown in from the passenger side, and it hit the roof as it was thrown in from the passenger side.
You didn't see who did that?
No.
Okay. So you have damages to your car, let's say, in the amount of $1,632.
It's actually $1,362, and I have 3 estimates here, and that's the lowest estimate.
Let me ask you this question. Any of the damage to your car have to do with the sunroof?
Yes.
Why are you charging him for that?
Because he was one of the people that caused altercation.
What about him?
He was also involved too, but they were the ones that actually started the whole thing.
Well, don't you think he started a little bit of it by throwing a bottle of Hennessy out your window?
No, that was not what happened. The whole altercation started when I was stopped. They seen that he was in my car, and after they seen that he was in my car, that was when they started hitting him. He did not throw the bottle first.
That's not true.
Really? You remember exactly when he threw the bottle?
He threw the bottle after they started hitting him because his feet were hanging out the window. He was trying to kick them as they were hitting him.
His feet were sticking out the window?
Yes.
Was he pretty drunk?
I'm not sure.
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't see him inside of the club.
They were drinking
He didn't
Hennessy,
seem like he was inside.
Well, he walked out with a bottle of Hennessy.
I was not drunk.
They were still drinking when the altercation happened, Your Honor.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Of course they were. That's why, what do you think he brought the bottle of Hennessy outside for?
Thank you, ma'am.
We had it before we went to the club. It was in the car, and we went into the club.
Oh, so you were drinking in the car?
No. The bottle was from we were at a previous person's house before we went to the club, and that was where the bottle was from.
Where had it been stashed while you were in the club?
In the car.
Where in the car?
In the...
It was in the trunk.
So I want to know how your friend Malcolm over here got the bottle in the front passenger seat.
He got it out as we were leaving.
You got a quick answer. That's not the way things go. If he was going to take the bottle of Hennessy, he would have gotten in the car. There was an altercation. You want to get in the car and get out as fast as you can. You don't go in the trunk of the car to get out a bottle. And
No, he had got it out before the altercation. As we were coming to the car, he got the bottle out then because he was taking it back with him to his room. It was his bottle.
Of course, but you do that when you get home. Not if you've just had words inside a club. That doesn't make sense to me.
It was outside the club, and it wasn't like we could just leave right then and there because there was so many cars and one way out. So I had got the bottle out, poured me a little something.
In the car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just said it wasn't drinking, y'all.
I know he did.
I ain't say I wasn't drinking. I ain't say I wasn't drinking.
I asked if you were drinking in the car.
I wasn't drinking yet.
You said you just took a sit out and poured yourself a little something.
Yeah. I poured some. I didn't even get a chance to drink none.
Well, what'd you pour it in?
Huh?
What'd you pour it in?
In cups. Cups that I had before when we left the house.
You took it out of the trunk, and in the trunk you also had some glasses for it.
Yeah, the same cup I had when we left our friend's house.
And so you were pouring it into the cup.
Yeah.
And before you got a chance to drink it, people assaulted you.
Yes.
So that the liquid that you had in the cup must have gotten all over the car.
I threw all that out when I threw the bottle, the cup. When they got to swinging, I threw it all out.
Before or after you put your feet out of the window?
When they came, approached, started swinging, so I threw the bottle in the cup. They came back, and that's when I put it out, because I leaned to the side over, like, really. My face was over towards her side of the car, whatever, and that's when I was kicking out the window.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember all this clear as a bell?
Yes, I remember this.
Oh.
And he been drinking.
Okay, listen. Mr. Marshall, you'd been drinking too, sir.
But see,
You've been drinking too, sir, is that
ma'am.
right? Oh, okay. So, some of the damage that got done to the car was done perhaps by Mr. Marshall, but not all of it. He's not going to be responsible for all of it.
He in fact, was the leader of the whole thing, though. He was the person who pointed at him inside of my car.
So what?
He caused the whole thing, basically.
I don't think
Since he pointed, he showed them where Mr. Johnson was.
So he has to be responsible for part of this damage, but you certainly know some of the other people, and you know the rest of them, right?
I know some of them, y'all.
Good, perfect. We know one of them's name is Marco, because that's somebody that you know who you could sue, right?
Yes.
That's one. And the person who was on the roof of the car, who was that?
I don't know. I was drinking, y'all.
This is going to get you off the hook, Mr. Marshall, for some money.
Names, one of them was Jason.
Jason what?
Huh?
Jason what?
Jason what?
Where do you know him from?
I know him from where I'm from.
You work with him? Do you know him from school?
Work with him. Just know him.
Just know him?
Just know him.
You know a Jason?
No.
Who else?
Another one was Sylvester. That was the one that he got into it with.
Oh, Sylvester, that's who we want to know. What's Sylvester's last name?
Excuse me, ma'am, he is lying, because I spoke with the officer who was there on the point, and he gave me a couple of the other names. I don't know them, but the officer was a person that was from Tuskegee, and he knew a couple of their grandmothers. He knew their first and last names, and Jason wasn't mentioned. I have a police report with names on there.
Stay there.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. I don't do much, but...
That's not true.
There were about 10 or 15 people, y'all.
You know somebody by the name of Jeter?
I know him, yeah.
Jeter have a last name?
That's his last name.
His last name is Jeter?
Yeah.
What about Tommy?
No, I don't know that.
Chris?
I don't know Chris.
Did the person who you got into the fight with in the club about the girlfriend, was he one of the people out of the car?
I didn't get into it with anyone in the club.
I don't mean fight, I mean an argument.
I'm saying I didn't get into it with anyone in the club.
Verbal altercation. On the way outside of the club.
Yes, he was out there.
What did he do?
He was swinging and, swinging at me and everything.
He was swinging at you?
Yeah.
Where was he standing with relation to where he was standing?
From what I remember, they were on the side, like on the passenger side, right there.
Let me see the estimates for your car, please.
And I also have a lease for the car, because the car is on a lease agreement.
The windshield glass was broken?
Yes.
Who broke the windshield glass?
That happened as I was pulling out.
Well, how did that happen?
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
They were drunk, y'all.
Who was drunk?
Both of them.
Ma'am, I was the designated driver for the night, so I had no alcohol in my system.
I don't think she was drunk, sir, and you don't even know that, so why would you say that?
I saw her with a cup, y'all.
That doesn't mean she was drunk.
She was drinking.
It doesn't mean she was drunk. She didn't start up with you. All you guys were the ones who caused the trouble. That testosterone out there, 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I tell you this, Mr. Marshall. We know one other person's name, and that's Marco. And if he was jumping up and down on the hood of the car, may have also scratched or cracked the windshields. That's a possibility.
What he told another person was that it was not his fault and I shouldn't have had, excuse my French, his in my car in the first place.
Well, then I think you have to sue him.
I'm pressing charges.
Good. Because Mr. Marshall here, I mean, he knows Sylvester, he knows Jason, so he's going to have to go after them for his half of this damage. And I'm going to give you half of what it's going to cost to fix your car. You go after Marco for the other half. And if Mr. Marshall wants to recoup any of his losses, he'll go after old Sylvester and Mr. Jason. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $681. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I approached the female or whatever. I ain't know she was there with the guy or whatever.
He shouldn't have been hollering at my buddy's girl. It wouldn't have never started.
What happened, happened, and it was really uncalled for.
They just taking it out on me.
All in all, half is fine, and I'm going to pursue the rest.
Manager Mark Germani is suing his ex-wife, 28-year-old emergency room registrar Isela Wally, for unauthorized charges on his credit card. Isela says it's her credit card also.
Divorced. How long were you married?
5 years.
Do you have children together?
Yes, ma'am.
How many children?
2.
Who do the children live with?
They live with me.
According to your complaint, after the divorce, your wife ran up a bill on your American Express card.
Yes, ma'am.
And then she went into what had been a joint account of yours.
It's actually what it was, a home equity account.
And she withdrew $2,000
That's
from
correct.
that home equity, and there was $3,000 in the reserve fund that you could have drawn from.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You don't deny that you ran up this bill on American Express?
No, I don't deny that I ran it up.
Okay.
I don't believe I owe him anything.
Okay. We'll get to it in a second.
Okay.
When were you divorced? What was the date of the divorce?
July 17th, 2000.
And when was the first charge on the American Express card?
November.
November of 2000?
November 2000.
So it was clearly after the divorce?
Yes.
Okay. And how much did you charge on the American Express card?
$1,000.
How much?
$1,344.79.
Explain to me why you don't owe him that money.
Well, first of all, because I thought this was my account, he gave me the card in an envelope, and also he told me after I did it, he told me first of all, he said he was going to press charges. Then a couple of days later, he called me back and said, don't worry about it. I'm not going to press any charges.
Ms. Wally, you thought this was your account that you were charging things on that you wanted and that you planned to pay for.
Yes.
Is that right?
Right.
So why don't you pay for them?
Because he said, don't worry about it.
No, he didn't. He said,
Yes,
don't worry,
he
I'm
did.
not going to press charges.
He
There's a
said,
difference.
don't worry about it. I told him, I'll make the payments. He says, how much do you plan on paying? I said, I don't know, $30, $40 a week, a month.
Get out of here. You don't pay American Express that way, madam. You have to pay them the balance in full. All right, forget that. You owe him $1,344.79. I don't know where your head is. Now, you withdrew $2,000 from a home equity line of credit.
It's also my account. I have every right to it. If it's
Who said so?
Who said so?
You have a
my
judge-
credit report.
No
the bank.
way, Miss Wally. Get your head together. You are divorced from him. You cannot obligate him for anything anymore. When you have a home equity line of credit, you have to pay that back. Who's supposed to pay it back? You or him?
I told him I was going to make payments on it because I needed a car to be able to go see my kids because they told me they were not a taxi service and that I should get a car in order to pay, in order to be able to see my kids. So I needed a car right away so I can go see my kids whenever I felt like it, which even after that, I wasn't able to go see my kids.
Miss
Thanks,
Wally,
Leanne.
Miss Wally, hey, do you pay child support?
No.
Why not?
We have joint custody with
He
the
lives-
children living primarily with the father, and no custody is to be paid as long as the custody remains joint. And the only
Oh, so
reason
you
why
gave
the
it-
custody
is that
is
what you're
joint,
Listen.
the only reason why the custody is joint was because I was afraid to fight him against this because he was always telling me, all you are is a poor Mexican wetback without an education, and the judge is not going to listen to you.
Miss Wally, listen to me. You don't sound like you're a victim to me. You sound very smart. If you accessed a home equity line of credit and took out money, and if you spent $1,300.44 on things. By the way, what did you buy on American Express?
If I may,
Yeah, let me see.
I have
I'm just curious if you were in such dire need to have a car.
these are the actual,
Why
This
would
was
you
way
spend?
before I needed
the
to
actual
have a
tickets
car.
that were signed.
Because he had let me use his car for a while until Leanne moved in and they needed the car to trade it in for a Durango.
Dresses. So you bought yourself clothes. Clarence, you bought makeup and stuff. eyewear and eye exams. Was that for you?
Yes, it was.
Who'd you buy shoes for?
He's wearing them.
He's wearing them?
Mm-hmm.
You bought men's shoes for your former husband?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Actually, the shoes I'm wearing, I bought myself.
Did she buy you a pair of shoes?
I received shoes in Christmas as a Christmas present for my children of December of 2000.
Okay. So, Miss Wally, once you are divorced, all of your financial obligations to the other are concluded. You cannot obligate him to do anything. If you used his American Express card and expected him to pay the bill, you are mistaken.
I didn't expect him to pay the
then
bill.
you have to pay the bill.
I expected to pay the bill myself.
Good, then you pay the bill. And as far as
the only thing is, then he told me, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the payments or anything.
No, Miss Wally, you're not paying attention. If you said to him, I'll pay the American Express account $20 or $30 a month, he can't say to you that's okay, because American Express does not take their money at $20 or $30 a month. They're not a Visa or a MasterCard where you can pay so much and you owe him for the rest of your life. So you owe him this money. And if you said to him, if you gave him an alternative, that alternative was unsatisfactory because his credit would be in the toilet. As far as the home equity is concerned, the home equity is merely a line of credit. That is not money in the bank in a joint account. It's money that has to be returned. And just because the line of credit may have been taken out at a time when you were together doesn't mean that you are able to take advances on that money and expect him to pay for it.
I didn't expect him to pay for it.
So good. So what are we doing here? You owe him.
He's the one that brought me here.
Never received any money.
Because you told me it was okay. You told me.
Oh, please, Mr. Germani, Mr. Germani,
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Germani, listen to me very carefully,
Yes,
sir.
ma'am.
I don't know whether she just doesn't get it or whether she just doesn't get it.
He says ex-wife Isela Wally made charges on his credit card after their divorce. Isela says she had every right to use it.
She owes you $3,344.79.
I agree.
That's what she owes you. And if she doesn't get it, she doesn't get it. I would suggest you do the smart thing. If you haven't closed out all your accounts by now, publish notices. I suggest that you do that. She is angry. She will continue to be angry. I have no idea if she's working, why she's not paying child support if you have primary custody of the children.
We have joint
she should
custody.
Be. No.
Yeah.
You may have joint legal custody, madam, but if primary physical custody resides in one parent, the other parent pays child support. That's it, and I don't care whether you wear a dress or a skirt or you wear pants. The other parent pays child support. You're lucky you're not paying child support. Don't take further advantage of the situation. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
The only reason why we're here is because Leanne is the one who wanted to proceed with this.
Actually, the woman in my life has opened my eyes to the fact that this will continue to happen unless I do something about it.
I shouldn't have had to pay this money because he told me not to worry about it.
Get a lawyer when you get divorced.
4-year-old cook Stephanie Castile is suing her former roommate, 23-year-old nursing assistant Angie Garcia, for an assault and for the return of property. Angie is countersuing for unpaid rent, utility bills, and damage to her property.
Miss Castile, is this your daughter?
Yes, ma'am.
She necessary to be here today?
She witnessed the defendant attacking me.
Would you take her outside, Byrd?
Sure.
Thank you.
Come on.
All right, Miss Castile, according to your complaint, you moved in with your child to the defendant's home. Defendant also had children. You lived there for a while, and there came a time, an evening, when she was supposed to babysit. You wanted to go out. You went to sleep. She went out. You missed your party. There was an altercation when she came home, and you claim she attacked you and assaulted you.
Yes, ma'am.
In addition, you say that she has some property that belongs to you from a car of yours that was repossessed.
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Garcia says that you were the aggressor in this altercation that took place over the babysitting, that she doesn't have any of your property, and she is counterclaiming for back rent, for damage that you allegedly did to her property, and for things that you took from her home when you left.
Yes.
When did you move in with her, Ms. Castile?
It was in January of 2000.
What was the rent arrangement that you had?
The rent arrangement was to split the house payment, and we each had to pay $330.
And split other household expenses?
Utilities, yes.
Now tell me about this assault. When did it take place?
On May 30th of 2001.
What was the babysitting arrangement?
I was going out that night. She wasn't going to babysit for me, but I had plans to go to a live boxing match. And
she was not going to babysit for you?
No, I had another babysitter arranged. I went to lay down and take a nap. When I woke up, she was gone, and her kids were there.
What time did she come home?
2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning.
And what happened when she came home?
I asked her why she left her children there while I was sleeping. She was really drunk and really defensive and saying, if I didn't like it, oh well, too bad. Next thing I knew, she was on top of me, choking me. She had her knees up over my arms. And she grabbed my hair, was punching me in the face. I have some pictures.
I'd like to see the pictures, please.
When I tried to push her off me, she bit my thumb, which the thumb picture didn't turn out. And she also bit my back.
Okay, what happened next?
She couldn't find the phone, so she ran to the neighbor's house to call 911 or have them call it. Finally, the police came, and I got the police report.
I see it, please.
But at the time, the police didn't take a police report. They didn't even take our names. So the next morning, I went to the police station, and that's when I got that police report. And I also had to make a report against the police for, I guess, not taking a report because they didn't even take our names. So because I had to move out, I had to use my car payment money to move out. And the bank came to get the car, and a letter was sent to our address that was stating where my belongings that were inside the car were going to be mailed. And the belongings were mailed to my boss's house, and she showed up on that day. And
How do you know that?
He told me that.
Where is he?
He wouldn't come.
You can't tell me what he said, because that's hearsay. Now tell me your version, Ms. Garcia, about the events of May 30th.
We were both supposed to go out together, and I had a sitter for our children. Well, she called and said that she couldn't do it anymore. So she was sleeping on the couch, taking a little nap.
Who called and said they couldn't do it anymore?
My babysitter, my friend Krista. She was going to babysit for both of our children. And she called and said she couldn't do it. I still wanted to go out. As a parent, she didn't want to go. So I put my children and hers to bed, and I went out. I got a call on my cell phone.
Where did you go?
I went to the bar. I got a call on my cell phone after the bar, about 1. And
about 1 o'clock in the morning?
And she had left a message saying, I don't appreciate you leaving me with your kids, just going off on this message. So I went home. And she was mad about it, freaking out. What? You know, you knew I wanted to go out too, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, well, I'm sorry, next time you can go out. Well, she went upstairs. She was still rambling upstairs. Well, you need to pay me for babysitting your kids and blah, blah, blah. It's like, whatever.
Just a minute, so she went upstairs?
She went upstairs, yes.
And where did you go?
And I was downstairs, and she was yelling at me, you need to pay me for babysitting your kids. And I went upstairs, and I said, what are you...
So then you went upstairs?
I went upstairs, yes. And I said, what are you talking about? I babysit your kid all the time, you know? We started fighting, we got on the bed, she kicked me, I flipped over the bed.
But you said, no, we passed that over. She went into her room.
No, we started fighting in the hall. And it led right, the door was right here. It's just a little
What do you
tiny
mean
hall.
you started fighting? How did that start?
She's like right in my face, you know, yelling at me for going out. And I had apologized several times already, you know, saying, fine, you can go out next time. I'll watch your kid. I said, it's not like you haven't left me.
I heard that already.
Yes, so then we started fighting.
Started fighting is a conclusion. So far, we're just at the verbal end of it, Ms. Garcia.
Like, okay, we're face to face, yelling at each other. Then pushing starts, okay? So then you start
who started the pushing?
I'm not sure. Maybe me, maybe her, maybe both. I had been drinking, but she was not nice like she's trying to say she was.
I don't think she was nice at all. But I think that you had been out and you had been drinking.
Yeah. And she was mad because she didn't go with me.
Okay, so you pushed her.
So we started fighting, yes.
No, you pushed her.
No, we were face to face, and I'm not saying I pushed her first because I don't know who pushed who first.
She says that you struck her first.
No, I didn't. No.
How do you know that if you don't remember?
Well.
What happened next?
And then after the fight, the police were called. They said, well, you'll both go to jail. Okay, so we didn't want to press charges. So we both stayed in the house together that night. So I woke up the next morning, and she had majority of her things on the porch. Well, I noticed she was taking my things also. I said, no, get out. You're not going to be taking my things too. So I locked her out. So then she called the police again, and then they came over and assisted or stood there with us while she got the rest of her things.
But you claimed that sometime later she came back and she took things that belonged to you, and she also vandalized your property. When was that?
I went out of town, and I got a call from my husband saying that the house, the door was wide open, it had been broken into. The neighbors, I talked to my neighbors, they said
you can't tell me what anybody said to you,
Well,
Ms.
I have the
Garcia.
police report right here.
I'll take a look at the police report.
The witness said that he's seen her.
I'll take a look at the police report. So you advised the police that an unknown person had broken into your house?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I want to hear what money you say she owes you for rent.
Okay, $560. Then
for what months?
May and June.
You don't get any money for June. Did you pay May's rent?
Yes, I did.
How much did you pay?
Because I moved out of the last day of May.
How much did you pay in May?
$260 probably. I don't know. I don't have a receipt. I always just, she'd tell me what we owed and I'd give it to her and she'd...
And that was the first of the month that you paid rent.
I had given her my $280, it was, and she was supposed to pay it. She never paid it and kept my $280, so therefore I had to come up with another $560.
You have proof that you gave her this money?
No, I don't.
All right. Listen, and the only thing I'm entertaining here,
that's fine,
quite frankly,
okay,
is,
then I
is
have,
this assault.
I have my insurance paper, which I
Insurance
think
for
is
what?
When she robbed me, when she broke into my house.
But you have no proof that you did it.
Okay,
listen
that's
to me.
fine.
You have a police report where they say they spoke to a neighbor.
Yes, that seen her entering the house.
That said that they
Weekend I
saw
was
her
gone.
and a friend enter the house. That is not sufficient proof of a burglary and a theft and a vandalism. Do you understand?
Yes.
Period, end of discussion, and I'm certain that they didn't arrest her for this. Is that right?
No, they didn't.
Because they didn't have proof. Now, you have no proof for the police to arrest. You certainly don't have any proof for court.
I also have a gas bill where we were behind on the gas.
That was
As of
also
when?
behind when I moved in.
No,
What?
it wasn't.
That was also behind when
You
I
moved in 2000.
Yeah. And that's...
You moved in
we
for
were not
January
behind.
of 2000.
Right. Yeah,
the
and
bill
I
was like
wasn't.
$600 a month to heat the house.
So how much were you behind?
$424.71 and $332.62.
Couldn't add these up? What else?
I also have a protection order on her because after I moved out of Omaha, I moved in with my brother. She came down there and just walked into our apartment. This was 9 months ago, and she's nonstop.
Well, she better stop.
Obviously won't
She
leave me
better
alone.
stop. However, Miss Garcia, you assaulted her.
I know.
You'd had a little too much to drink. You followed her upstairs, and you were the aggressor, and that's unacceptable. So forget your $378. That's going to be absorbed in the judgment that I'm entering for the plaintiff. What's the value of the property that you say was taken? $1,800? Well, I'm going to deduct that from the $2,300 you're suing for. So that means that you are seeking $500 for this assault.
Right.
Well, you are entitled to that. But from that, I'm going to deduct $378 because that's what you owe for the utilities for the time that you did live there prior to May.
I paid on them.
Well, let me see.
I gave you the electric that I paid off before I left, too. That was...
let me see.
$142.
Let me see. $142 you paid?
Yes, ma'am. The deposit was $200 and something. They paid the bill, and then they sent me what was left over.
All right. I'm giving you $500 for the assault. That's what you were suing for. From that, I am adding and subtracting these utilities and some money for the utilities that you paid. That leaves you a balance of $264 on your claim of $500, and that's what I'm awarding you. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $264. Counterclaim is dismissed. You have no proof.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She left me with all kinds of bills, which I and my husband had to help me pay.
She wasn't working and kind of partied and slept all day, and I felt used.
I may have not have brought pictures, but I did have marks also.
We had a lot of problems trying to live together.